enter a new house, even establishing temples, installing deities, buy a new house, sell a house. All the auspicious activities of karma kanda you can do today. Because Akshaya means something which is imperishable, something which has no doesn't perish. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna spoke about two things. Two words he mentioned, kshar and achar. Char means something which is destroyable. So whatever we see in this world, everything is destroyable, destructible, destroyable, and changeable, and temporary. Temporary. Konastai means temporary. And destroyable? But Akshar means something which is never, which never perishes. So Akhoy, Akshay means imperishable, undestroyable, undestroyable. This is only for spiritual things, actually. Something which is cannot never be destroyed. Only something spiritual means Atma and Paramatma, soul and super soul. They are like this. That always manifest in eternally, like soul, super soul. They are eternal. God and the soul, they are never destroyed and they never change also. They are eternal and transcendental. Actually, the soul is only going from one body to another body. This is the journey of the soul. 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 The soul is going from one body to another body. So the soul stays sometime in somebody, then again goes to another body. Understand? So the soul is called Akshaya, eternal. And of course, Bhagavan is also eternal. God is eternal. And all the amshas, expansions of Lord, are also eternal. So Bhagavan is the topmost conscious being and topmost, like highest eternal thing, eternal substance. So we are celebrating Akshaya Tritiya. So where this celebration started? Okay, Tritiya means the third day from the new moon. And that's why you call Akshaya Tritiya. Tritiya from third day of from new moon. So when you speak two, there is danda. Gurudev is saying two people, it's danda, it's like a quarrel, you know, like a fight, like a danda, you know, a stick. But when it is three, then it's like compromise, you know. When it's three people, then it's mimam, so like a compromise coming, like some, not quarrel, compromise. Everything is solved. So when there are two people fighting, two parties fighting, then one person come in the middle and compromise, solve the problems. That's why it's necessary a third person. So why actually Tritiya, you know, the third day? Because everything in this world is perishable and destroyable. So Jiva and Maya So Jiva, Maya, and Bhagavan. So Bhagavan is the third. So the Jiva is. So Jiva is one thing, Maya is another thing, Bhagavan is another thing. Jiva is controlled by Maya. So this quarrel between the Jiva and the Maya, this danda, this means the Jiva is suffering because of Maya. So who is the third person who comes in the middle to solve this problem? Bhagavan comes and then he solves, he finds a compromise. He stops the quarrel, the fight between Jiva and the Maya. So Akshaya Tritiya, the third. Understand? So this third person, third entity coming is Bhagavan. Okay, or you can also say the first entity is God, second Jiva, and third Maya. So when there are three people, three entities, three substance, then you can have some pacification or solve or like some solution, some compromise like this. So in the Trita there is joy. According to the Shastra, the astrology, when there is Tritya, there is victory. Like wherever you go on the third day of the moon, Tritya, you will find victory. In astrology, they explain like this. Like whatever you do on the third day, then you get victory. Like you'll be successful. So, second day, third day of the moon. So in the first day, Pratama. Is the sound okay? Translation sound okay? Oh, no, I forgot. But in the third day, there's victory, yes. Victory. So Bhagavan will make you victorious. The Jiva will be able to like conquer Maya and attain victory. So Akshaya Tritiya. So another special meaning of Akshay, disconnected to Shastra. Like Draupadi, she worshipped the sun god. He was pleased with her and he gave her a pot, Akshaya Patra. And with this pot, she could feed thousands people. Thousands. She had that thing, this pot. Draupadi. You can also have this. If you get one of these, you can also use. So actually, the name of Lord is also like this. Actually, the Akshay in this world, like nowadays, are these imperishable pots or this Akshaya or something which is like this, is actually Harinam. In Kali Yuga is Harinam. Nam is Akshar Swarup, something which is imperishable, undestroyable. Akara Asmin. Bhagavan says, something which is not destroyable, undestroyable. Except for Bhagavan and except for what is related to God. Everything else is destroyable, not Bhagavan. If you really see, if you actually analyze this pot that Draupadi got, what is it? So if analyze in a gross vision, you think, oh, she had a pot with mystic power, and with this mystic power pot, she could feed thousands of people. And she could feed and please everyone with food. But actually, what was this pot of Draupadi? According to Tattva Vichar, what was this pot? In the gross vision, we see that it's like, okay, a pot. But it's really actually the names of Bhagavan. That's it. Actually, this pot is the names of Lord. This is the really Akshay thing, like imperishable, undestroyable. Akshay. Like in the name of, in the Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained in the Kirtan. Lord is Akshar. Akshar. Namakhar. Something which cannot be destroyed. Lord is like this. So if you analyze the words of this, like Akshaya, actually Draupadi, she was doing everything with the names of Lord. Only according to Leela, she said that Leela, oh, I already washed my pot and I cannot feed. You know that story that Durvasa Rishi came and with his 60,000 disciples, how to feed all of them like this. But this is only to make Leela. Draupadi is directly Lakshmi Swarupini. She's Swarga Lakshmi. So where Draupadi was born? लक्ष्मी जो है ये है छाया सीता है. ये ब्रह्म वैवर्त पुराण में. So actually Brahma Vaivarta Purana explains how Chaya Sita. So the real Sita went back to with Ram to Ayodhya after Ravana was killed. अग्नि परीक्षा हुई. असली सीता तो आ गई. छाया सीता रामचंद्र के बोले. So the Chaya Sita, that shadow Sita, told to Ram, what will happen to me? Where will I live? Where can I stay? Then Ramachandra told her, for some time you stay in the form of Swarga Lakshmi. So she stayed in the form of Swarga Lakshmi. So this Swarga Lakshmi, actually, the Lakshmi of Swarga Loka is actually Chaya Sita. And then she did austerities and she appeared as Draupadi. There's a connection between Satyayuga and Tretayuga. Mahabharata also explains. No, not Mahabharata. The Brahma Vaivarta Purana explains. So she directly manifests from fire. Draupadi. The king Drupad, he did some austerities, fire sacrifice, and he manifested Draupadi from fire. So imagine somebody who manifested from fire directly the Lakshmi. So what do you think it's something a big deal for her to feed Durvasa and his disciples? This is nothing for her. She could manifest even thousands and billions Durvasa if she wanted. But still, she's doing this pastime, this Leela. But if you really analyze the Tata Vichar, what is this Akshaya Patra? It's actually the names of Lord. Nothing else. Actually, the Akshaya Patra, this mystic pot of Draupadi, is actually the names of Lord. Just to attract the people, they tell all these stories, otherwise people would not come to the Katha. Actually, this Akshaya Patra is Bhagavat Nam, the names of Lord. Just to attract the people, you have to take many kathas, many stories, just to attract people. So that people might have this faith. Oh yeah, maybe now I have this Akshaya Patra, this also. She's saying, in the Krishna's pastimes, the glories of holy names were not so much shown. Gurudev is saying, how possible? How not? ब्रजवासी गोपी गीत में क्या हो रहा है? Mahaprabhu came and he actually the glories of holy names, it's in all the yugas, not only Mahaprabhu. Actually, in all the yugas, the glories of holy names are being manifested. The glories of holy names are never less, never ever. You see, when the Vrajavasis, they are in any problem, they always chant the names of Krishna and calling, oh Krishna, Krishna Mahabaho, Krishna with strong arms. When they are in the separation, and when there is some problem in Braj, तो ये सारे ब्रजवासी कृष्ण नाम ही तो जप किया।
All the Brajavasis, they sing, chant Krishna's names. Means the glories of holy names, they are always and everywhere. Always. Cannot say that only in Kali Yuga the glories of holy names are there. Actually, the thing is, Mahaprabhu is giving this mercy to everyone. This is the thing. In all yugas, actually, the glories of holy names are there. You see, every yuga they have different holy names. Every yuga has a holy name. The glories of holy names are never small or less. See, even Srimati Radhika herself, she also spoke the glories of holy names. Like Srimati Radhika, she's also calling out for Krishna's names. When Krishna left Srimati Radhika in Shingar Bhat, what did Srimati Radhika start to chant? She was calling out for his names, like Krishna's name. She was also calling for Krishna. Once Srimati Radhika, she was feeling separation and she was chanting these names. Means every time, always, the glories of holy names are there, always. In Kali Yuga, especially, we see that by this fruit that you cannot get by other sadhanas, actually, only by chanting holy names, you can get very easily in Kali Yuga. This is the thing. This is the speciality of Kali Yuga. Even if a small sadhana, you can get a big thing. Even with small sadhana, you can get a big thing in Kali Yuga. He's saying it's very easy. We just need to be protected from Namaparad. Yes, chanting holy name slowly. Namaprabhu will destroy all your offenses, and Namaprabhu will manifest in your heart. So we don't want to chant, but still Namaprabhu is so merciful that he destroys our offenses. You see, Jagai Madai, they also committed offense. But Nityananda Prabhu and Gaura Sundar, they didn't take their offenses and they gave mercy. They didn't have to suffer. So this is special mercy to Jagai Madai. So the glories of holy names in Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga, you have to do, generally in other yugas, you have to do so much sadhana to get this. But in Kali Yuga, a little bit of sadhana. Yeah, you have to do sadhana. But in Kali Yuga, if just a small sadhana, you can get so many big things. Like you work just a little bit and you get a lot of money. This is Kali Yuga.
वो सोपान की ये दिखाते जा रहे हैं हम किस प्रकार जो है भगवान के साधन करें। आदि श्रद्धा तत्व साधु संग भजन क्रिया अनवृत्ति निष्ठा रुचि आसक्ति भाव प्रेम सोपान दिखा रहे हैं।
So all these levels are there, these steps. Like in very short time you can get such a big thing. But all the steps are there. Shraddha, Sadhu, Sangha, Bhajana, Kriya, Nata, Nivriti, Nistha, Rucha, Shakti, Bhava, Prem. But yeah, the Jivas of Kali Yuga, they have a short lifespan and also they have so many faults. The glories of holy names. So, Akshar, like this Akshaya Patra, something which is like unperishable pots or undestroyable pots. If you analyze this Akshaya Patra of Draupadi, actually this is the names of Lord. Because Namaprabhu can manifest everything. Externally, just to create taste in normal people, these stories are there. Otherwise, people will not want to hear.
बाकी देश में जो हरि नाम कर रहे हैं और अक्षय तृतीया पे हरि नाम कर रहे हैं तो उन दोनों में कोई डिफरेंस है फल में
है विशेष दिनों पर विशेष भगवत तिथि पर जैसे नाम करने से भगवान की.
Okay, so I think he asks, we have the same fruit when we chant holy names in other days and on Akshaya Tritiya, the same fruit. And Gurudev said, yes, the fruits are different depending on when you chant.
कृपा अधिक होती है नाम ही प्रभु सब कुछ प्रकाशित कर रहे हैं ऊपर से की रोचकता करने के लिए थोड़ा ये सब बोलते जा रहे ठीक है नहीं तो लोग सुनेंगे नहीं
तिथि का नाम से फर्क पड़ता है। जैसे हम बाकी डेज में जो हरि नाम कर रहे हैं और अक्षय तृतीया पे हरि नाम कर रहे हैं, तो उन दोनों में कोई डिफरेंस है फल में?
है
फल में डिफरेंस
So there is some difference. On special days, if you chant the names of Lord, you get more mercy depending if you chant on that specific tithi, specific day.
इसमें अक्षय
Okay, Gurudeva, Akshaya,
जिसका कभी क्षय नहीं होगा।
something which never perish.
जो भी कार्य करेंगे क्षय नहीं।
So whatever you do that day will not be destroyable. But if you do something material on this day, this also will be undestroyable or like this. But in everything material is destroyable. So how to understand?
ब्रह्मा जी ने सृष्टि करी,
They say that Brahma created the world in this day.
कर रहे हैं, मतलब जितने भी कार्य हैं
Means,
कभी तो ये तो सृष्टि एक दिन ध्वंस हो जाता है।
well, the creation also will be destroyed one day. Gurudev is saying, like suppose the nectar.
जिसके पीने से निमरता नहीं।
If you drink the nectar, you'll be immortal.
वो तो
Really, if you drink the nectar of Swarga, you'll be immortal? No, you have to again to come back to the material world. So
स्वर्ग भी तो ध्वंस हो जाता है।
Swarga is also destroyed one day.
ये जड़ है।
So all these material things. So actually there are 4 kinds of nectar, you know.
संसार में जो हम जड़ामृत
So this Jaramrit, the nectar of this material world. What is Jaramrit?
संसार में हम जो विषय की जो लेते हैं, इसके अमृत के भांति अच्छा लगता है।
So we like the things of this world,
माता पिता भाई बंधु,
like our mother, father,
संपत्ति घर बाड़ी जो कुछ गाड़ी घड़ी,
brother, sister, wife, husband, children, money, wealth.
क्षणिक मात्रा
These are temporary.
है। इसके जड़ामृत का
This is called Jaramrita, material nectar.
स्वर्गामृत कहा जाता है।
Beyond that, it's Swargamrit. And there is also a nectar in Swarga.
स्वर्ग के अमृत पान करने से क्या
So if you drink the nectar of Swarga, what will happen to you?
है? उसमें दो वस्तु होता है।
2 things will happen.
अधिक काम बढ़ता रहता है लोग।
You'll get more lust. Actually, you see, the demigods, actually, generally, they have a lot of lusts.
तो क्योंकि इस संसार
Because in this world,
दिखाने पर भी जो है वो वस्तु की क्रिया करते रहते हैं।
everything has some activity.
इंद्र आदि, इंद्र चंद्र आदि,
Suppose Indra, Chandra, all of them, they drink the nectar, and then what?
परस्त्री का माना
They started going out with other women of other people, like women that don't belong to them, women, not their wives.
इसके आगे जो
So this is Swargamrita. Another nectar, even beyond that, is Swargamrita, the nectar of, Mokshamrita, the nectar of liberation. There's also a bliss in this,
के साथ अत्यंत तुच्छ
but compared to Premananda, it's completely insignificant.
है। उसके आगे जो है वैकुंठामृत कहा जाता है।
Beyond that, there is the Vaikuntamrit, means the nectar of Vaikuntha. This is Chiramrit,
शब्द सहज का व्यवहार किया गया,
spiritual.
किंतु अमृत
So we also use the word nectar in many cases, but you have to understand what is the meaning of the nectar, Amrit in each case.
और उसमें कहते हैं प्रेमामृत भगवान की कथन में,
And Pramamrit Bhagavan,
रसामृत,
then
ये
Rasamrit.
समस्त विधि कहती जा रही है। इसलिए
So
आपने जो प्रश्न कर रहे हैं,
the question that you made, what is the question you did? What did you ask?
क्षय हो रहा है। ये इसके एक होता है कि लौकिक शब्द है,
You said that all this,
क्योंकि
okay.
शब्द की जो है हम जड़ शब्द के द्वारा जड़ वस्तु के समझाने के लिए हम
So sometimes you speak with material words to make
हैं?
people
इसलिए
understand,
तो कहते हैं ये श्लोक
with material examples and everything. Again and again, I always speak one slok.
क्षारात क्षयात प्रतिमितात है, क्षारात क्षयात प्रतिमितात और भैद। देखो कहते हैं अमृत कहाँ पर, कोई कहते हैं जो समुद्र में अमृत है।
If someone says there's nectar in the ocean,
समुद्र से निकला,
the ocean, the nectar came from the ocean, so the nectar is inside the ocean.
समुद्र में
But
यदि अमृत
if
हो,
there would be nectar in the ocean, how come the water of the ocean is salty? No.
क्षयात करे चंद्र में अमृत है।
Okay, so there's nectar in the moon. So if there's nectar in the moon, why every 15 days the moon disappears? Or like wanes?
फिर इसमें है
Okay.
मधुमिखा, स्त्रियों की होठों में यदि अमृत है,
If there's nectar in the lips of the women,
पति व पुत्र क्यों मर जाता है?
why the husband and kids of the woman, they die?
कहते हैं नहीं अमृत।
No. The actual nectar is
सर्पों में अमृत है।
in the snakes.
गरुड़ से भाई क्यों करते हैं?
Okay, why the snakes are afraid from Garuda then? Garuda. Oh, actually the nectar is not in any of these places. Nectar is only in Bhagavad Katamritam.
भगवत कथा में ही जो है अमृत है।
Bhagavad Gita is actually
उस
nectar.
कथा को जो पान करता है वो
Those who drink this
मरता
nectar,
नहीं
they never die.
है। वो अमृत के वो कथा को कौन पान करता है?
Who drinks this katha?
भक्त जो पान करता है।
The
इसलिए
devotees.
भक्त की कभी मृत्यु नहीं है।
That's why the devotees never die.
हैं? वो कथा भगवत कथा में शरीर बदल जाता है,
The body
किंतु
might
भक्त की
change,
कभी मृत्यु नहीं
but the
होता
devotees never die
है। भक्त की क्यों? भगवत कथा मृत्यु
because they are always drinking this Bhagavad Katamritam.
जो लोग भक्ति नहीं कर रहे हैं
So
उनका भी शरीर ही बदल रहा है।
those who don't perform bhakti, they also change
वो
body.
शरीर बदल के दूसरे शरीर फिर वो कष्टमय उसे भोग जाता
Yeah,
है, शरीर लेता है।
they are taking to the
और
Jatanamaya
भक्त क्या
Sarira, a
दूसरे
body
शरीर
to
अपने
suffer.
दिव्य धाम में चले जाते
But the devotees, they change body and they go to the abode of Lord.
वो एक व्यक्ति संसार में रहकर
Someone who stays in this material world, like the karmis who are suffering and enjoying. There's a difference between them and the bhaktas, the devotees.
वो अंतर है, वो कर्म
The difference is that the person is suffering or enjoying according to his material desires. Those who don't perform Bhagavad Bhajan, they are suffering their karma fall, the fruit of their karma.
और भक्त जो है
But the devotees, they don't suffer karma.
भक्त के कर्म कर्म नहीं रहता है।
The devotees don't have karma. Their karma is destroyed.
उसी क्षण सबके नष्ट हो जाता है। जिस प्रकार
Just like the snake
सर्प जैसे अपने कचूले के छोड़ करके चले गया,
sheds its skin and goes away, changing skin. The same way, the devotees also, they go like this.
अथवा ये भी कहा गया,
or also it's said that
यदि ऐसे उच्च कोटि के भक्त भी नहीं हो,
if
भगवान
the person is not such a high class devotee, then what Bhagavan does? The devotee destroys God destroys all the karma of this devotee and gives just little bit of karma to the devotee for him to suffer, and then God takes him away. Suppose you did a lot of bad karma. You performed a lot of bad karma. So you have to suffer this for 1,000 years. Sorry, 1,000 lives, 1,000 births. But Bhagavan gives you in only one birth some small suffering, and then you go away like you deliver. You don't need to come back again and again to the material world. Okay, suppose someone is doing some bad thing. The person knows that is bad thing, but the person still continues chanting holy names and doing bad things. Then Gurudev is saying, yeah, the person is doing bad things according to his previous habit. In the Madhurya Kadamini, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains, just like a snake. Suppose a snake. If you remove the fangs, fangs of the snake, poisonous fangs, but still the snake has still the habit to bite, so the snake will do like this, the bite. But there is no venom in its bite. So in the same way, according to the previous habit, you will continue to do that karma. But Bhagavan in one birth will free you from that. So this is the story of Ajamil comes in this context. That day that Ajamil gave the name of his son Narayana, from that day on, everything was already destroyed for him. All his sins were already destroyed. Avidasmita Ragadesha Binivesh, because he was chanting Namabhas. But one thing is there. Ajamil, he performed sinful activities, but he never did offense to the Vaishnavas. So we see this in his life, this speciality in his life. So why people they are performing papa again and again, sinful activities again and again? Because of the previous habits. But obtaining the sadhu sangha, then they give up this habit later. Ajamil, he performed sadhu sangha when he saw the conversation between Vishnu Dutas and Jamadutas. This is sadhu sangha. He was listening. He was listening to the glories of holy names. Then Ajamil, he left everything and he went to Haridwar, and then he drank the water of the Ganges, and then he chanted the holy names of Lord. Then he went to the abode of Lord. The Bhagavatam explains. Because actually Ajamil had asked at that moment, he asked, He asked to
उस
the
समय आप लोग मुझे क्यों नहीं ले गए?
Vishnudutas, that time, why didn't you take me before? Then the Vishnudutas told to Ajamal, because you were chanting Namabas at that time, but still you haven't developed developed prem, developed
अभी यहाँ
developed
पर
prem.
आकर के आपने भगवत भजन किया
So now you've
और प्रेम
come
उत्पन्न
here,
हुई, इसलिए आप
and
मुझे
now you've
लाने
developed
लाने के लिए
Bhagavad Prem, and now you have the Prem. So after doing bhajan, you develop Prem, so you can go
इसमें
with
कहीं
us.
कहीं ऐसे दिखाया जाता है
So
कि कुछ
sometimes we
भक्त के
see
जो है
some devotees,
पूर्व जन्म में
they
ऐसे को
did something in the previous
ऐसे
life,
कर्म रह गया,
some
कुकर्म रह गया,
some
जिसके
karma,
फलस्वरूप वो
some bad karma,
पूर्व अभ्यास को छोड़ नहीं
that they
पाते
couldn't leave their previous habits.
हैं। और भगवान क्या करते हैं?
But what does Bhagavan do?
सपाद मूलम भजत प्रियस्य तप्तानुभवस्य हरि परिस विकर्म जत पतित कथन्ति धुनोति सर्वं हृदि सन्निविष्ट है। जत पाद पंकज पलाश विलास भक्ता कर्माशं गदितम उद्गतंति संत तद्वन्न रिक्तमत जते निरुद्ध श्रोतागणस्तम भजनम और भजनम और भजनम वासुदेवम जत पाद पंकज पलाश विलास भक्ता कर्माशं गदितम उद्गतंति संत। बड़े बड़े संत महात्मा
Great
इंद्र
saints,
आदि निरोध के द्वारा, इंद्र निरोध माने अनेक प्रकार माने संयम करके
they control their senses so much, and they do hard
भगवान
austerities,
के चरण को प्राप्त कर नहीं पाते
and they cannot attain Lord.
अथवा इंद्रिय आदि के दमन कर नहीं पाते,
So they cannot control their
किंतु भक्त
senses.
लोग सामान्य
But the
जो
devotees, even they
भगवान की
do just
चरण
little
कमल
bit,
की स्मरण
they
करके
remember
भगवत
just
कथा
little
भी
bit
श्रवण
the
करके
Bhagavan
चरण
lotus
को
feet,
प्राप्त कर लेते।
and speaking
यही
Harikatha,
तो
they
कहते
can
हैं
control their
सपाद मूलम
they
भजत
can
प्रियस्य तप्तानुभवस्य हरि
very
परिस
easily attain
विकर्म जतु पतित कथन्ति धुनोति सर्वं हृदि सन्निविष्ट।
whatever these other
भगवान
people cannot do with hard austerities.
जत पाद पंकज पलास विलास भक्ता कर्मास उद्गतंति संत तद्वन्न रिक्तमत जत निरुद्ध श्रोतागणस्तम अरणम भजवासुदेव। अरे कौन सा कैंटो हम ये
Which
आपको इसमें
canto?
मिल जाएगा ना।
She asked, which canto is this loka? Gurudev is saying, which canto?
हाँ, भागवत और मरीचा मरीचा माला है आपके पास?
Do you have Bhagavatam
में है ना?
Artha Marichamala? In Hindi, you can find this loka.
ये दिखा देगा। अक्षय जो होता है भगवान
Akshaya
रामचंद्र को
Tritiya.
तुन मिला था जब भगवान रामचंद्र
Bhagavan Ramachandra also got something imperishable.
नहीं, भगवान रामचंद्र
Akshay.
जब वनवास में गए,
When he went to the
अगस्त्य
jungle,
ऋषि ने उनके एक तुनी दिया।
Agastya
तुनी
Rishi
समझते
gave
हो?
him a tunir. You know
जिसमें जो
tunir?
बाण रखा
Let me
जाता है,
see
क्या
the
बोलते
English term for this. I don't know.
हैं? हिंदी में क्या बोलते
Quiver, I think. Huh? Where you keep the arrows, you know?
हैं? बाण रखे जाते हैं। उसमें एक ही बाण रहा था।
Huh?
एक ही
Quiver.
तीर रहता है। सर्कस कहते हैं। अच्छा, है?
Quiver?
वो एक
Yeah,
ही
a
बाण
quiver.
कहा जाता है।
So,
रामबाण जिसको कहा
you
जाता
know, so Agastya Rishi gave
है।
to Ram
रामबाण की सबसे
this
जो होता है
quiver,
वो
is also
अक्षय बाण
called this Akshay quiver, because in his quiver there was only one arrow always called Ramban.
उसी का है अक्षय बाण कहा
So
जाता
this
है।
is the
अक्षय
Akshay
quiver।
arrow also,
है,
Akshay
उसमें एक ही
quiver,
बाण रहता है। एक ही
because
बाण जब छोड़
in
देते हैं
the
और
quiver
फिर
of Ram there
उसी
was
बाण
only
को
one
अपने आप
arrow,
को खा जाता
and
है।
he used
तो
to
कभी बाण कभी
shoot this
अपने
arrow,
जाता
and
रहता
this
है।
arrow would hit the goal, the
अगस्त्य ऋषि
aim,
में भगवान रामचंद्र के
and
द्वारा
come back to his quiver always. So
है।
this was given to Ram by
रावण में
Agastya
दिखाया
Rishi. In Ramayana
है,
explains.
उसमें दिखाया रामानंद
And the Ramananda Saga Ramayana also shows this.
इसलिए एक शब्द होता है रामबाण कहा जाता है।
So there is this word
मतलब ये
Ramban,
रामबाण
means that this is the
बड़े अक्षरों में
Ramban.
लिखा रहता है ना, ये रामबाण।
This is like the arrow of Lord Ram.
रामबाण इलाज मतलब लिखो माने माने क्या बोले अबर्थ माने
A Ramban, this arrow of Ram, is infallible. Like there's no doubt it will achieve its aim.
लोगों तो धोखा देने के लिए कहते हैं सब।
People nowadays they use this expression for cheating or to do something like this, but actually this is true. Ramban is like something certain, completely certain, because the arrow letting its go, its aim. Like Parashuram. Parashuram came in the time of the wedding of Sita, when Ram he broke the bow of Shiva. So Lakshman, he was making fun of Parashuram, because Parashuram came with the axe. Who is that offender who broke my bow? Then Lakshman was joking with Parashuram. Come on, you were doing bhajan, you're a saint. Now you're worrying for an old bow. Come on. You're creating all this chaos because somebody broke this old bow. How many bows like this have we already broken? Then Parashuram said, "What? You think my bow is something to play with? You don't know who am I?" Parashuram was telling to Lakshman, "This bow was given to me by Shiva. This is nothing something to make fun of. I will kill you." Parashuram was saying like this. Then Lakshman told, "Brother, this bow was old. Come on, something old they break easily. That's it. Like like everything in this world they become old and then they break easily and it's like it's old and finished." Then Parashuram, "Oh, you are calling my bow old bow, an old bow. What is this?" Then Lakshman told. Lakshman again and again he was saying, "Do you think I'm a pumpkin?" Tulsidas in Ramcharitamanas. Kumara means small pumpkins. So first, if somebody is pointing out to the pumpkin, okay, so in the beginning of the growth of the pumpkin, from the flower of the pumpkin, if you point out your finger too much, it will dry the pumpkin. So Lakshmana is saying, "I'm not a pumpkin that you can just like point out to me like this." Because Parashuram was pointing to Lakshman with his finger. Then Ramachandra said, "Okay, you're searching for the offender. I'm the offender." Ramachandra told to Parashuram, "I'm the offender. I'm here. You want to you want to punish me? I'm here." Oh, my name. Your name is very big, Parashuram, but my name is small, Ram. So because Parashuram was saying, "Oh, you think you and I, you are me," and Ram told, "No, no, I'm your servant. You are Parashuram, very big. I'm just Ram." Then Parashuram told, "Okay, so now you thread. How to say thread? String my bow. Let's see if you can throw shoot an arrow with my bow." Then Ram he string the bow of Parashuram, and then that's why I'm talking about this, because when Ram he put this arrow in the Parashuram's bow. Parashuram said, "Okay, okay, now I see your Ram, your God." But Ram told to Parashuram, "Now I have to shoot this arrow because my Ramban, my arrow, will always hit the aim. It will never go in vain. Like it will always achieve its destination. So I must shoot this arrow, you know." And then really, Ram gave darshan to Parashuram of a form of Vishnu. So Parashuram thought, "Oh my God, I'll die now. Don't kill me." Then Parashuram told to Ram, "Okay, just kill all the fruit of my austerities with your arrow." So Parashuram left all this ahankara, ego, etc. This is the Ramvan. It's infallible arrow. Okay, so when Rama was asking for the ocean to give a way for them to cross the ocean, then Rama worshipped the ocean for 2 days. Then Ram Okay, so Ram was telling, "Oh, I will dry up the ocean." But that time the ocean, the presiding deity of water came and told, "Prabhu, you are Ram. You're the creator of nature. You created me. You just give me this eligibility," the water told to Ram. "If you want, you can destroy the nature. You can. But the nature has its rules. How can you break the rules of nature? Like you want the water to open in the middle?" In Because the nature have rules. Nature has rules.
हेतु उन्होंने कोणत्या जगत भी परिवर्तन गीता में होगा नहीं
In the Bhagavan Gita, in the
मेरे
Gita,
इच्छा से
Bhagavan
सब
explains
प्रकृति
everything
सब कुछ
happens by my
ईश्वर किया
desire.
है
Nature performs everything according to my desire, the creation,
मेरे
everything
इच्छा से दक्षता
by my desire,
अकॉर्डिंग माय गाइडेंस तो
according to
प्रकृति
my
में भी सब
guidance.
करते जा रहे हैं
So the nature
प्रकृति
performs
के
everything
नियम
according
हमारी
to the
है कि
guidance of
फिर भी
Lord.
जल ये करना
So
है
according to
क्या
the
करें जल
rules of
को कहाँ पे
nature,
दिया जाए ये
the
पृथ्वी
water
में
of the ocean cannot open in the
ये
middle.
हो जाए
You know,
उल्लंघन है नियम
if you
क्या
want this like the water to open in the middle for you to cross the
तो
ocean,
उसमें क्या किया
this is not
कहते ठीक है
according to
आपके
the rules of
मैं
nature.
अपने स्रोत के जो है और तरंग को मैं कम कर देता हूँ आप अपने बानर सेना के द्वारा ये बना ली वो दो वाला थे ना नल और नील इनके द्वारा जो है आप पुल बना ली सेतु बना ली
So another option then Ocean told. Ocean gave advice to Ram. Oh, I can just decrease my streams and my waves, and these two monkeys you have, Nal and Nil, they can create a bridge over me.
वो नाम गुरुदेव कहते हैं नाम नाम लिखना नहीं है उसके राम नाम
Gurudeva told actually the stones that the
हजारों हजारों करोड़ ये लिखने में कहाँ लिखेंगे
Gurudev said, now Gurudev is saying that Gurudev Shanarayan Goswami Maharaj told that actually they did not write the name of Ram on the stones because there were thousands and thousands of stones. So they only threw the stones, calling out the name of Ram, like Ram, Ram, and throwing the stones like this.
ये लोगों के करने लिखना क्या
Just people wrote and speak like this, but actually was not. Because the devotee is asking, because if there was written, if it was written in each stone, Ram, the name of Ram, but they were stepping on the stones to cross the ocean, so this would be an offense, right? The devotee is asking. Because there's no difference between Nam and Nami, like name and his God. So if you step your feet on the stone,
आप हर रोज तुलसी माला के तुलसी जल को आप पैर में क्यों डालते हो
Gurudev is asking, why do you step every day in the water of Tulasi?
तुलसी तो गले में तुलसी जब स्नान करते ये जल कहाँ जाता है
Because, like for example, when you bathe, the water that touches the Tulasi in your neck is coming to your feet also, right?
तो फिर
So
आप कल बहुत लोग करते हैं ना ये तुलसी माला खोल देते हैं
so many people, they open the Tulasi mala and they take out the Tulasi Kantimala first bathing. No, but Shastra doesn't tell you to do this. No.
वस्तु के जो नियम गया क्या करोगे
So whatever the rule of something, you just.
ये विचार जो शास्त्र
So this conception of the Shastra is just for those.
खोपड़ी के चूसने वाला है और कुछ बात नहीं
Suck the blood of those who are thinking too much.
दिमाग को चूसने वाला है गॉड को है क्या है उसने वो नाम कहाँ लिखा वो तो नाम राम नाम करके छोड़ दिया देखो और कुछ नहीं है दिमाग को चूसने वाला है गॉड को है क्या
So there's only to suck our like brains or like to
वो नाम कहाँ लिखा
how to say to
पैर में क्यों डालते हो
trouble our minds.
तुलसी तो गले में तुलसी जब स्नान करते ये जल कहाँ जाता है तो फिर आप कल बहुत लोग करते हैं ना ये तुलसी माला खोल देते
So many people they remove the Kantimala for bathing because they don't want to touch the water that touch the Tulasi.
वस्तु के जो नियम गया क्या करोगे
So if there's some rule for something, you follow and.
वो ये विचार जो शास्त्र जो विचार दे केवल
So these conceptions is just like for to suck our like trouble our minds. Only to trouble our mind.
वो नाम कहाँ लिखा वो तो नाम राम नाम करके
So they were just speaking Ram Nam Ram Ram and throwing the stones.
ये लोग कुछ लोग जो है
some people
कुछ जो है वो लोगों के दिखाने के लिए
just to show to people they were writing.
इसलिए आजकल अनेक लोग नाम लिखते हैं
That's why people write.
वो नाम नहीं करते बोले हम नाम लिखते हैं
You know, some people they don't chant holy names. They just write holy names. I've written so many holy names in my life. They are just writing Ram, 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 Ram. So many people they do this. They only write. They chant instead of chanting holy names. They write the holy names.
देखो हम इसके विरोध नहीं करते यदि करे तो सब कुछ भगवत भक्त के लिए सब संभव है किंतु तथापि जो है ऐसे जो भगवत नाम देकर के देख छोड़ दे बस हम लिखते हैं जीवन में कितने नाम लिखा है। हाँ, राम 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 हरे।
हाँ मतलब हम जब रामेश्वरम गए थे वहाँ पे कुछ मंदिरों में पत्थर थे जो पानी में ऐसे थे लेकिन उसका नाम नहीं लिखा हुआ था। ऐसे बहुत सारे प्राचीन से मंदिर हैं जो
देखो,
So they went to Rameshwara and they saw that some stones, they were, I couldn't understand.
सब कुछ भगवत भक्त के लिए सब संभव है।
So Gurudev is saying, it's possible, everything's possible for God and His devotees.
तथापि जो है ऐसे जरूर,
But still, it's not
नाम
necessary.
लेकर के देख छोड़ दे बस।
Only throwing the stones,
तो ये
chanting holy names, this is enough.
भगवान रामचंद्र एक पत्थर बोले मेरे नाम लेकर के जब डाल दे पत्थर दे, मैं भी
You know that Leela also one time Bhagavan Ram, he threw the stone
तो पत्थर
and then he told this monkey said throwing the stones, singing my names, and the stones are floating. But when I throw the stone is sinking.
वो भगवत नाम की महिमा दिखा रहे।
So the glories of holy names.
शास्त्र की तर्क में नहीं जाकर के,
So we're not coming to the debates of the story of the Shastra, but the essence of it is what? The glories of holy names. This is the essence.
नाम ही तो अक्षर स्वरूप है।
Because God names are imperishable. Akshaya Swarup.
के दिन ही क्या त्रेता युग स्टार्ट हुआ था।
Okay, but today is the beginning of Treta Yuga.
आज के दिन में सत्ययुग की सृष्टि हुआ।
The Satya Yuga was like the creation was today.
सत्ययुग की आज की सृष्टि हुई।
So they started Satya Yuga. Not Bhagavan, you know.
प्रेरणा दे करके
Sorry, Bhagavan inspired the heart of Brahma and
जगत सृष्टि की रचना करने
created this material world.
ऐसे भी लिखा जाता है।
और आज के दिन ही व्यास देव जी ने
महाभारत की ऐसे बहुत कुछ बोलते रहते काल काल में है। गंगा जी का प्रकट।
So also Ganga ji was manifested today.
तो ये सब मतलब फैक्ट्स हैं या ये सब फैक्ट्स हैं जो हुआ था या सिर्फ एक लोग नहीं।
These are really facts or only people are speaking? Gurudev is saying some things are eternal, like Ganga is eternal.
तथापि लोक शिक्षा आदि के लिए
But still, according to just to teach the people, these things are also like this happened, that happened, and
हाँ मैंने अक्षय तृतीया में क्या क्या हुआ।
So what happened on Akshaya Tritiya?
अक्षय तृतीया में मंदिर प्रतिष्ठा हुआ।
Many temples established.
सभी अक्षय तृतीया में
many things happen on Akshaya Tritiya.
अच्छा है।
It's good.
आज के दिन तो सब ज्यादा WhatsApp आते हैं।
In the WhatsApp, they are saying that today you have to buy gold. They are saying this for the people who sell gold. They are advertising this so that people can buy gold today.
सोने के तो कहते हैं कली के स्थान कहा गया।
The gold is the place of Kali.
सोना तो रखना ही नहीं।
Should not keep gold.
जहाँ पर सोना होता है वहाँ पर।
Where there is gold, there is also quarrels and debates and disputes. Disputes.
मंगलसूत्र दिया था।
मेरा भी अंदर रखा मैंने अंगूठी पहन रखी है। ये नकली है। आज के दिन बद्रीनारायण जी का भी
द्वारोद्घाटन का है। मैं उस दिन कहाँ पढ़ा था तो।
और आज के दिन गौड़ीय वेदांत समिति की
स्थापना हुई।
So they also established in the Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti. Bhakti Pragyanikeshwar Goswami Maharaj established. One question of Anjali Didi.
भक्तों को ये महामारी क्यों हुआ रही अगर वो नाम कर रहे हैं।
देखो भक्त
She's asking about the pandemic.
इसको स्वीकार करके संसार से चले जाते। वो उनकी एक लीला है जैसे।
I think I didn't understand exactly the question of the devotee. I think she has something about. Come back.
मंगलसूत्र दिया था।
मेरा भी अंदर रखा मैंने अंगूठी पहन रखी है। ये नकली है। आज के दिन बद्रीनारायण जी का भी
द्वारोद्घाटन का है। मैं उस दिन कहाँ पढ़ा था तो।
और आज के दिन गौड़ीय वेदांत समिति की
स्थापना हुई। भक्त प्रज्ञान के सदस्य हमारे।
एक प्रश्न है अंजलि दीदी का, गुरुदेव व्हाई पीपल आर डेड विद कोरोना।
Gurudev, why people are dying with corona? Devotees also.
भक्तों को ये महामारी क्यों हुआ रही अगर वो नाम कर रहे हैं।
So the devotees, what do? They accept these things and they go away from this material world. There's a lila for them. Two kinds of lilas of Bhagavan. One, what is called?
मोहित करने वाली अरे महाभारत में जो दिखा महाभारत में जो श्रीमद् भागवत में के अनुसार
according to Srimad Bhagavatam, you know the Mosha Lila and the Mahishi Haran
ये
Lila.
दोनों लीलाओं को जो है कहा जाता है
These two lilas,
क्या बोलते हैं माने
they are called,
अलौकिक लीला क्या शब्द जो है
what is that word I use?
नहीं अरे भक्तों के विमोहित कर इंद्रजालिक लीला कहा है।
Oh yeah, Indrajalik Lila.
इंद्रजालिक लीला कहा जाता है जो वास्तव सत्य नहीं है।
Something is actually not true.
है वो दिखाई दे रहा वास्तव में सत्य नहीं।
Looks like true, but it's not true.
इसी प्रकार जो है
The devotees also,
प्रकृति के नियम को दिखा करके चले जाते हो।
they like following the rules of nature, they go away like this. Like, did the snake really bite to Parikshit Maharaj or not? The Bhagavatam explains that he was bit by the snake after 7 days. But actually, before being bite by the snake, he was already gone. He had left already. And Dhruva Maharaj. Dhruva Maharaj, he stepped on the head of the deity of death and he went away with his own body. Narada Rishi also.
शुद्ध भक्त जो होते हैं वो ये महामाया सिर पर पैर रख करके चले गए। नारद ऋषि के भी दिखा रहे हैं। नारद ऋषि जो है वो अपने शरीर को त्याग करके नित्य शरीर में जा रहे। जो भक्त जो होते हैं शुद्ध भक्त जो होते हैं इंद्रजाली की लीला कहा जाता है जो वास्तव सत्य नहीं है वो दिखाई दे रहा वास्तव में सत्य नहीं। भक्त भी उसी प्रकार जो है प्रकृति के नियम को दिखा करके चले जाते हो। परीक्षित महाराज को सर्प काटा कि नहीं काटा?
Was Parikshit Maharaj really bit by the snake or not?
भागवत का दर्शन किया 7 दिन के बाद, किंतु उसमें तो लिखा रहे उसे काटने के पहले वो चले गए।
Actually, before being bit, he was being bite by the snake. He was already gone, left.
ध्रुव महाराज की तो बिल्कुल सशरीर में चले गए।
Dhruva Maharaj went in his own body. He just stepped on the head of Mritu Devata and left. Narada Rishi also.
अपने शरीर को त्याग करके नित्य शरीर में जा रहे।
Narada Rishi gave up his body and then he went to his Nitya body, eternal body, then he went to the abode of Lord. So the pure devotees, this pandemic actually cannot touch them, this coronavirus. Just to show to the jivas of this world, they are suffering this disease like coronavirus and then leaving this world. So there are Shuddha Bhaktas, pure devotees, and a pure devotee who might also, okay, look, some pure devotee who might have left this world because of coronavirus. Actually, this devotee, pure devotee, he did not leave this world from coronavirus. Actually, looks like he left the body because of coronavirus. But before leaving, he already left in his eternal body. The example is of the snake.
वो जगत जीवों के दिखाने के लिए वो कष्ट को चले जा रहे हैं। दो प्रकार के, एक शुद्ध भक्त जो होते हैं उनको देख रहा चलो वो कोरोना में चले गए।
So maybe a pure devotee left because of coronavirus. But actually in his Nitya Sharir, eternal body, he had already gone to the abode of Lord. Nityadam. Just like a snake sheds its skin and comes out of that skin, that old skin remains behind, you know, and the snake goes away, moves away. So in the same way, the pure devotees, they just go from their body with some excuse, some pretext. This is the pure devotees. So we can see in our Guru Parampara, this is another thing. Like Gurudev also we saw, and other acharyas also we saw. She's saying, oh, also to accept the service of the devotees and this. Yeah, we talk like
बाहर लोगों
this.
की क्या समझोगे?
But the external people, like the
जैसे
outside
बाहर
people,
लोग बताओ
outsiders,
ये
what do
भक्त
they
लोग
see?
कैसे कैसे वो कोरोना में कैसे
They
जा
are
रहे हैं?
seeing that the devotees are dying from
वो ऐसी
coronavirus.
कठिन जो है महामारी बीमारी
Such a hard
इससे
pandemic,
कैसे जा रहे
like a hard, like a strong
हैं?
disease
तो
pandemic.
एक जगत जीवों की
So,
शिक्षा देते जा रहे हैं
just to give
कि
teaching of this
प्रकृति
world
के नियम को
to the
और
jivas of this
शिखर पे
world,
ले
they are
चले
doing
चले
this
जा
because they are also following the rules of the nature, just to,
रहे हैं, वो दिखा रहे हैं
just to show.
स्वयं भगवान के अंतर्ध्यान लीला भी दिखा रहे हैं।
Even you see
जरा
how
नाम के एक
God
वैद्य ने भगवान
disappeared.
के
Also,
पैर
some
पर जो है
hunter,
तीर
he
मारा
shot
और भगवान
an
फिर से
arrow
ले जा
to
रहे
the
हैं।
feet of Krishna, and then at the
भागवत
feet
में
of
पढ़ते
Krishna,
हैं
and
कृष्ण
Krishna
दिखाते
left
जाते
body
हैं।
like this. In the
अरे
end
जिस
of Bhagavatam, we
भगवान
see.
की जिस
Imagine,
भगवान की
come
बात
on.
छोड़ दीजिए, आत्मा
What
की
speak
जहाँ
of
पर
Bhagavan? Not even the
ये स्पर्श नहीं
soul
कर सकते हैं,
cannot be touched by
फूल स्पर्श नहीं
anything,
कर
by an
सकते हैं,
arrow.
वायु
So
जिसको स्पर्श
imagine,
नहीं कर
even
सकते,
the wind
मनुष्य भी
cannot
लगाते नहीं सकते और
touch
वो
the
वैद्य जरा नामक
soul or
वैद्य
anything.
तीर से कैसे लेके
How
कैसे चले
how
जाएंगे?
possible a hunter would
ये
shoot an
कर्मी
arrow
आदमी को
and
तो
kill
केवल ये
God? Come
दिखाने
on,
के लिए
this is only for the karmis.
है, इस उसे वही व्यक्ति के जो है दूर रखने के लिए
So just to keep these
वो सब
people
दिखा रहे हैं। हाँ भाई
far
क्या
away,
क्या हुआ?
because these people think, oh, why would I do bhajan? For what would I do
भगवान
bhajan?
कहाँ है?
Where is Bhagavan? Come on.
यही भी तो मरा, हम भी मरा।
Ah, he'll
और तुम
die.
उसको
I
अच्छा
also,
है
like, he
कि
dies. I
पानी
also
पी लो मर
die. Okay, so just eat and
मरना ही
drink
तो
and
यही है।
die on your own.
से बात हुई ना तो बोली कि मैंने बहुत प्रार्थना की ठाकुर जी से बहुत प्रार्थना की दीदी पर ठाकुर जी ने मेरी प्रार्थना नहीं सुनी बहुत रो रही थी तो मेरी प्रार्थनाएं विफल चली गई मैंने कहा प्रार्थना कभी विफल नहीं जाती तो बोली नहीं अगर प्रार्थना फलदायक होती तो ऐसा होता नहीं तो इसका क्या तात्पर्य है
क्या
जो कह रही है कि प्रार्थना विफल चली गई जो प्रार्थना उसने की उसका फल नहीं मिला तो प्रार्थनाएं विफल जाती है
देखो पहले तो कहता है सड़ंग शरणागति हुई वे जहाँ
So she's asking about the prayers. Which prayer is heard by God, etc. I couldn't understand exactly, but something like that.
प्रार्थना भगवान सुनते हैं।
Okay, so God listens to the prayer of somebody who is surrendered.
तुम अपने पहले विचार करो, तुम
Oh, first
शरणागत नहीं हुआ
understand.
इसलिए भगवान तुम्हें नहीं
So,
सुनते।
okay, you're not surrendered, that's why God is not
गजेंद्र
listening
का
to
कथा
you.
सुनते हैं, गज जो है गजेंद्र
You
जो
know the
है
story of Gajendra, that
शरणागत है,
elephant.
भगवान उनको
The
उद्धार
elephant,
किया।
he was surrendered to Lord, so that's why God
पहले अपने
delivered
ऊपर तो
him.
लगाओ,
Okay, first think about yourself.
तुम्हारी प्रार्थना
Okay, is God listening to your prayer?
मतलब तुम शरणागति नहीं है।
If not, means you're not
अच्छा
surrendered.
तुम शरणागति हो
Or
भगवान
maybe
के
you are
आयु उत्तम को
surrendered,
बढ़ाने के लिए,
but God, just to
उनके
make you
प्रति जो
more
प्रगाढ़
eager,
निष्ठा रखने के
just to
लिए,
make with more
भगवान
loyalty
तुम्हें
and
ऐसे
nishtha
दिखा
towards
रहे हैं।
you, God
तुम ये
is
नहीं कह
showing
सकते
this
हो
to you or doing
कि
this to
भगवान
you. You cannot say
मैं
that
तुम्हारी
God
प्रार्थना नहीं सुनी।
is not listening to your
अरे
prayer.
तुम्हारे पिताजी के जाने के समय आ गया और
Maybe
व्यक्ति
it came the time
के
for your
लिए
father
निर्धारित
to
समय है,
to
वह
leave,
समय क्यों
to
जा रहा है,
leave. Okay, I think
तुम उसको रख नहीं सकते।
suppose somebody is sick in your family, I think he has her father or something, and if you pray to Lord to protect this person and the person dies, means that God didn't listen to your prayer or what? Then it's okay. So now explanation Gurudev just told. Maybe you're not surrendered, or maybe you are surrendered, but God wants to increase your eagerness. Or maybe now Gurudev is saying maybe it was that time, the fixed time for that person to die, because every person they come with deadline to leave this world,
तुम उसको
and you cannot stop that.
रोक नहीं सकते हो
You cannot stop the time of the death that is
और मनुष्य की जो है
predestined.
आने जाने की एक समय होता है।
Every human being has a time to go and to go away, come and
तुम
to go
इतने
of
सत्य
this
हो कि
world.
तुमने
Just
भगवान
try to
के लिए
understand.
प्रार्थना की, भगवान
You
के नाम पे
you pray to
तुम्हारे
Lord, you
पिताजी
chant the holy
तुम्हारी
names.
भगवान के कहते जाओ
So
तुम्हारे पिताजी के मैं
so
अपने
God
धाम में ले
said,
जा रहा हूँ।
okay, I'll bring your father to my abode.
बस
That's it.
क्या करें, तुम्हारे भगवान की प्रार्थना क्यों नहीं सुना?
Why God didn't listen to your prayer? He listened.
तुम्हारे दृष्टि से देख रहे
According
हो,
to your vision, you think he hasn't listened. From your
अब
outside
तुम्हारे
vision,
पिताजी
you're
के रहते
thinking.
तो अब क्या कर लेते?
And also, if your father would live longer,
जाएगा नहीं
would
जाएगा,
live longer in this world,
बोलो तुम्हारे
if your father would live for longer in this world, then what would he do with all this
पिताजी
time?
की उम्र कितना हो गया?
Suppose your father was, how old was he? How old was your father?
60, अच्छा 60 के आसपास होगा।
Okay, he was 60, like 60 something.
और यदि रहते और कितने साल रहते? जैसे 10-20
Okay,
साल रहते,
maximum he had maximum
20 साल
10
रहते
or
और
20 years more in his life, and he would be suffering,
चलो कर्म बोल के
maybe suffering some karma or something.
और भी भगवान हो सकता है, भगवान तुम्हारे पिताजी के भगवत धाम में ले
Maybe Bhagavan has already taken your father to the
तुम्हारी
abode of Lord.
प्रार्थना की भगवान सुन करके
Maybe God listened, yes, your prayer, listened to your prayer, and he already
जाना ही तो
took
पड़ेगा।
your father. Because everybody must go one time,
इतनी इस
anytime,
जगत में जो आया
like
उसे जाना
sometime,
पड़ेगा।
some moment,
तुम्हारा
everybody
भगवान
must go.
सुन के तुम क्या कर लोगे बताओ?
If God had listened to your prayer, then what would you do? like if your father would continue alive. Because everybody who comes to this world, they will have to go. Everybody must go sometime. Like I was listening to my Gurudev Katha. Oh no, I think sorry, Narayan Goswami Maharaj, Gurudev. So Gurudev was giving katha, and Srila Madhava Maharaj was like stopping Gurudev to speak more because for his health. And then Srila Narayan Goswami Maharaj said, "Hey, why are you like controlling me like this?" And Srila Madhava Maharaj told, "Oh, because of your health, the doctor advised." Then Gurudev was thinking, "Oh, do you think I'll live forever? Do you think I will live forever? You don't want me to die? You don't want me to die? You don't want me to die at all? You think I'll live forever? What is this?" Like Srila Narayan Goswami Maharaj answered to Srila Madhava Maharaj. So Gurudev was like, Gurudev was telling, like, Gurudev was telling, if I must die, because in this world is material, everybody must die. So Gurudev was saying, if I should die, then speaking katha, this is the best. Gurudev was telling. Everybody has a moment, a time for the death. Like everybody has a die in a specific time. Even Bhagavan Krishna came, he also left. Ram came, Lord Ram came, Lord Ram also left. Mahaprabhu also. This is the rule of this material world. Everybody must go. Everybody will only stay for a specific time. You see, Krishna stayed in this world for 125, Ramachandra for 11,000 years, Mahaprabhu for 48 years. Because we have to stay some specific time in this world, and also even Krishna himself also. So we, according to our karma, we stay in some body, and then after the karma finish, we go to another body to suffer another karma. Sorry. So actually God accepted your prayer, yes. But you're thinking opposite, that God didn't accept your prayer. Maybe. Actually, maybe if your father was still alive, he would be suffering more. But you could not see, and you think, and he would be suffering more if he would still stay alive. And also you would be suffer because of that. What to do? And God just took him. Freed him, set him free from this body. God set him free from this body. So you have to accept the rules of nature. So you came into this world for a specific amount of days. You have to stay all this time, specific for you. The specific time you have to stay. So this the conception for devotee and non-devotee. Everybody must go away, like die one day. Everyone must go from this world, go away. But the devotees, they will think, oh, I wasn't able to serve the Lord. Oh, this is another conception. Oh, no, sorry. So, like, for example, so coming back, delete this last sentence. So everybody must follow the rules of nature. So everybody must stay in this world for a specific time. So this is conception for a devotee and a no devotee. Everybody must go away, like die one day. But for the devotees, we will think, oh, I was not able to serve him if he stays longer. Like suppose, like suppose if Gurudev stays for longer in this world, we'll be able to serve him more, isn't it? Then Gurudev says, okay, no problem. If you cannot serve me physically, you'll be able to serve me, my instructions, Vani Seva. So whoever came to this world, they must go also. Leave this world one day. Leave. This world is temporary. But maybe he went to the abode of Lord and is serving to Lord there, so what's the problem? Those who take Harinam and Diksha,
पशु योनि को प्राप्त नहीं करता,
They don't take animal body in the next life.
भगवान उसकी मनुष्य जन्म दे करके फिर उसके
Yes, God
संयोग
gives
दे देते
them
हैं आगे।
a human body next life and also more opportunities for spiritual life.
कि जो हरिनाम दीक्षा ग्रहण नहीं करता तो उसका जो नेक्स्ट बर्थ
Gurudeva, those that haven't taken Harinam and Diksha, you told
पशु जन्म
that they
पड़ता है।
have to
उसमें
be born
लिखा
as
है,
animals.
श्लोक है,
Yes,
चैतन्य
Gurudev saying yes.
चरितामृत में
Is one
प्रभुपाद
verse
की
in Chaitanya
एक
Charitamrita.
संस्कृत श्लोक है,
Prabhupada explained in the
श्लोक
Sanskrit
से उद्धार
verse.
कीजिए। जो दीक्षा विहीन
Those who die without
मनुष्य जब
receiving
शरीर छोड़
Diksha,
देता
when they
है,
give up their body,
उसके
they
हिंस्र पशु जन्म में जाना पड़ता है।
must take the animal body.
हरे कृष्ण।
मैंडेटरी है कि वो पहले पशु बने।
इसलिए जितने लोग देखो पूर्व काल में जितने भी देखते हैं सब गुरु से मंत्र लेते थे।
So we
आप अभी जाओ देहात में जाओ, अभी नियम है, भले ही वो गुरु बुघास गुरु जैसे गुरु हो, क्योंकि समय विकृति हो,
उसको पहले पशु ही बनना पड़ता
पशु जन्म पड़ता है। उसमें लिखा है, श्लोक है चैतन्य चरितामृत में प्रभुपाद की एक संस्कृत श्लोक है, श्लोक से उद्धार कीजिए। जो दीक्षा विहीन मनुष्य जब शरीर छोड़ देता है, उसके हिंस्र पशु जन्म में जाना पड़ता है। हरे कृष्ण।
मैंडेटरी है कि वो पहले पशु बने।
इसलिए जितने लोग देखो पूर्व काल में जितने भी देखते
You
हैं
say so
सब
before.
गुरु से मंत्र लेते
Many people used to take Diksha only for
आप अभी
Guru.
जाओ देहात में
But
जाओ, अभी नियम है, भले ही वो गुरु
later, nowadays we
बुघास गुरु
see
जैसे
even that Guru is bogus, like a
समय विकृति हो गया ना,
not authorized Guru or
तो
anything.
इसलिए लोग
Because
लेते।
by the influence of time, everything became degraded. So people still take initiation.
है नियम है, सब कहते हैं हम गुरु से मंत्र लेते,
I took the mantra from Guru, like this.
सब गुरु से मंत्र लेते।
Everybody wants to take a
इसलिए
mantra from
बंगाल
Guru,
में ये तो
especially in
और भी
Bengal.
रूप है,
These
है,
rules
वो
are
कुल
stronger.
गुरु रहता है।
They have the Kula Guru, you know,
कुल गुरु
the
जो
Guru
होता
from
है,
the dynasty,
वो
from the
कुल गुरु जो
family,
होता
family
है, वो
Guru. Some
विधि
family
के पालन नहीं
gurus,
करता,
they're not following the rules and
है,
regulations.
अखाद्य कुखाद्य आदि
They
खाते हैं,
eat
उससे
anything
मंत्र
like
लेते हैं,
improper things, and people
है,
take Harinam and Diksha from this
तो
kind
ले
of
लो
Guru.
बस केवल मंत्र,
I take the
क्योंकि
mantra
सत्य
from him,
इसमें
I
लिखा
took the
है
mantra.
मंत्र नहीं लेने से तुम्हारा
Because Shastra explains,
शरीर
if you
अशुद्ध
don't take
है,
mantra
तुम्हारे हाथ
from
में
Guru,
पानी तो कोई नहीं पिएगा,
nobody can even drink water from
हैं?
your hands because you're like a Shudra.
जब हम बहुत छोटे थे तो बोल दिया था कि बहुत क्रिटिकल ऑपरेशन है, पता नहीं रहोगे नहीं रहोगे, तो पापा के फ्रेंड ने बोला था कि ऐसे ऑपरेशन में जा रहे तो पहले गुरु धारण करके जाओ, पता नहीं रहो ना रहो, मरने से
She's saying
पहले गुरु
somebody
धारण
told
करना चाहिए।
to her
मैं
father, I
बहुत
think,
बीमार था, फिर वो चेंज करके मतलब उनको छोड़ा, फिर अब
that he had to take mantra from Guru before doing some surgery.
पहले उन्होंने किसी और गुरु से लिया।
ऐसे लेते हैं लोग,
Yeah, people take mantra like
आ
this.
सुने,
और गुरु जी ये जो हमने, जैसे मैं 28 साल का था जब मैंने आपसे हरिनाम दीक्षा, जब मेरे 28 साल जो व्यर्थ चले गए, क्या मैंने पूर्व जन्मों में भी कभी हरिनाम और दीक्षा ली होगी?
So he is asking,
जन्म में भी मैंने कभी हरिनाम और दीक्षा ली
in my previous life, have I taken Harinam and Diksha in my previous life? Because I took Harinam and Diksha in this life only when I was 28. Gurudev is saying, who will tell?
ऐसा जन्म है जिसमें मैंने हरिनाम और दीक्षा मतलब स्टार्टिंग है या
This is my start, or have I taken Harinam and Diksha in my previous life, or this is my first?
सब होता है पूर्व निर्धारित,
Gurudev is saying, who will tell? Gurudev is now saying everything is
पूर्व निर्धारित जो है,
predestined,
भगवान जो है
predestined.
चैत्य गुरु के रूप में जो
So in
है
the form of Chaita Guru,
वो
Guru in the heart,
विराजमान है,
Bhagavan is in your heart.
वो हृदय में प्रेरणा दे
He's
करके
inspiring
आपको
your
ले
heart,
जाता है।
and he'll take you.
कभी कभी
According to the inspiration, he like guides
असत्संग
you.
से भटक जाते हैं, चले
Sometimes
जाते
you're
हैं,
lost in bad association.
फिर भगवान कृपा करके
Then
सदगुरु
Bhagavan
के
gives
पास
you
ले
mercy
आते
and
हैं,
brings
कुछ
again
उसके
you
पास विराजित
near to
करते
the bona fide Guru, and you get this mercy and like this.
हैं।
Continue.
हाँ सुन,
Understand?
क्योंकि कई बार ऐसे विचार किया कि जो 28 साल मेरे वेस्ट हुए, जो मैंने मतलब गलत कामों में निकाले, तो ये मतलब पहला जन्म होगा जिसमें मैं हरिनाम दीक्षा लूंगा, और अगली बार अगर जन्म होगा तो फिर स्टार्टिंग से ही हरिनाम होगा कि
So
अब जैसे ये है
नहीं देखो
I took Harinam
बहुत
Diksha
नाम
when I was only
मंत्र आदि
28. So in my previous life, had I taken before Harinam Diksha, like in my next life, will I take Harinam Diksha from beginning, or how it will be?
व्यर्थ नहीं जाता,
Gurudev is saying Harinam will never go in vain.
जो आपने
So the
नाम मंत्र आदि
Nam and
किया,
mantra that you have chanted,
नाम मंत्र आदि कोई वस्तु व्यर्थ
this
नहीं,
Nam and mantra, they will never go in vain. Never, ever.
हाँ सुन,
Understand?
फल प्रदान करने में हो सकता है देर हो,
Maybe the fruit will come
व्यर्थ
late,
नहीं जाता,
but will never go in vain.
क्योंकि
Never.
भगवत नाम स्वरूप है,
Because
ये
the holy
केवल
names,
इतना ही बचना है,
you just have to
अपराध
be
से बचना,
careful with the offenses.
यही दिखा दिया है।
This is the main.
वो सुकृति बना करके फिर
So your
धीरे धीरे सब
Sukriti
गुरु
is
के आशीर्वाद से
building
लेकर
up,
के फिर आगे चलते
and you take shots of this bona fide Guru, then slowly, slowly you develop.
बच्चों को देखता हूँ पैदा होते ही गुरु के हाथ में जाते हैं और उनसे हरि नाम दीक्षा लेते हैं
और फिर वही देखते हैं कुछ समय के बाद वो बिल्कुल नास्तिक बन भी जाते हैं, ये भी देखा आपने।
So he's saying, now I have a small kid, so I'm always like trying to teach him about all these things now, about the importance of taking shelter of bona fide Guru, and he's learning all this from beginning, from childhood. And Gurudev is saying, yeah, but maybe, you have to see, the kids, sometimes the kids, after some years, they become completely atheists, and then what?
असत्संगी प्रभाव है
Because of the influence of a bad association. And
और माता पिता सोचते हैं ये
all the
मेरा बेटा
parents,
भक्त
they
हो
always think, oh, I want my kid to become a devotee. All the
फिर वो देखा
parents.
जब 15-16 साल 20
But
साल
when
हो
the
गया
kid
तो
is like
नास्तिक
15 or 16, then the kid becomes completely
ऐसे भी देखा
atheist.
जाता है बहुत।
We see a lot of this.
जब छोटा रहता है
When the kid is small, like when the child is small, is different.
माता पिता क्यों देश क्या करे, माता पिता तो
The
प्रयास
parents,
करें,
what they can do, they try,
जो
but
माता पिता प्रयास नहीं
you know,
करते दूसरी बात,
some parents
प्रयास
they
किया
don't try, but some they try.
जन्मदाता माता पिता
The parents they give the birth, they don't give the karma of the child.
अपने अपने पूर्वजन की
The
कर्म के
jivas they are
अनुसार कर्म
suffering
करें,
and they're coming according to their previous karma by their
फिर
own.
असत्संग में चले जाते
And they
हैं, फिर
can
मन बदल
be
जाता
lost
है।
in the bad association and their mind change because of bad association, etc.
गुरुदेव ऐसा लगता है जैसे अच्छे लोगों को भी भगवान जल्दी अपने पास बुला लेते हैं।
अच्छे लोग मतलब क्या, जो भगवत भजन करता है।
So who are good people?
अच्छा
Those
लोग
who do
मतलब क्या है,
Bhagavad Bhajan.
हैं?
So Monica Didi, she asked about the good people who.
फिर मन बदल जाता है।
Let's see again her question.
मोनिका दीदी प्रश्न करती है, गुरुदेव ऐसा लगता है जैसे अच्छे लोगों को भी भगवान जल्दी अपने पास बुला लेते हैं।
अच्छे लोग मतलब क्या, जो
So what are the good people? Those who are doing Bhagavad Bhajan.
मतलब क्या है,
What are the good people?
हैं? अच्छा लोग कहाँ जा रहे हो?
So the good people, where they are going?
वो कर्म के विषय से उस कर्म के शरीर को दूसरे कर्म में जा रहे हैं। एक शरीर को
When they die, the karmis, they are giving up the body and going to another body to suffer different karma in another body.
और भगवत भक्त क्या है, सच्चा भगवत धाम में जा रहे हैं।
But the devotees, when they give up their body, actually they are going to the abode of Lord to serve Lord. Those who don't do Bhagavad Bhajan, they are in this rotation, in this material world, in the karma chakra, the cycle of repeated birth and death, suffering. Okay, maybe the person didn't do anything in their life good, but they saw the pure devotee for like once. They saw a pure devotee. So, what is to have a darshan of a pure devotee? Not with the eyes, actually. Actually, the real darshan with the ears. So, what's the meaning of to have the darshan of the Vaishnavas? Darshan means to listen Bhagavad Katha. To listen to Bhagavad Katha. If you haven't listened to Bhagavad Katha, then what? See something also. Maybe the person saw the pure devotee. Okay. Look, maybe you saw the pure devotee, but the devotee sees you, the pure devotee see to you, this is completely different. Because when you see to the devotee, like when you see the devotee, when you look at him, maybe you look according to your own moods, your own perception, you think something or you understand him in some way. Like whatever you'll have in your heart, this thing you'll see externally. But if the devotee is looking at you, if God is looking at you, then you get auspiciousness. Like in the Bhakti-rasamrita Sindhu, Rupa Goswami describes how to get the mercy of Lord. How this mercy, what is the means of how the mercy is coming? What have I told about this? Darshan Janita, like when the pure devotee, he looks at you, he's giving you mercy. By his association, Sangha, he's also giving mercy. Like Shukadeva Goswami Pad, when he went to the jungle,
सुखदेव गोस्वामी पाद जहां जहां पर दृष्टिपात किया,
wherever he looked
सबको क्या कहते प्रेम
at the jungle, he
प्रेम में एक
gave prem to everyone.
जब जंग प्रविंत मुनिपेत अपेत कृतम दैपेन विरह कातुर आजभव पुत्री तन्मे तरो विवृणाद तंग सर्वोदय मुनि मानतु अस्मिन्। सुखदेव गोस्वामी पाद केवल जहां
Whatever he looked, he delivered everyone, and he gave prem to everyone.
इसलिए तो दिखा रहे हम भगवान के दर्शन कर नहीं होते क्योंकि हमारे तो दर्शन
We cannot see to Lord actually because we have a material vision.
वो हमें पर दर्शन करे,
He will look at us, he will give mercy to us.
शुभ दृष्टि करो प्रभु जगत पति, आप हमें दर्शन करें, हम दर्शन
Please give mercy to me because I cannot see to you actually. I cannot see you.
जिस चश्मा पहन कर रखा है उस चश्मा के
according to the lens you're using, you'll see everything that color. Suppose if you're wearing blue glasses, you'll see everything blue. If you're wearing black glasses, you'll see everything black, like black lenses. You see everything black. So according to your mood, if good or bad, you'll see everything accordingly. But the pure devotee, when he looks at you, this is pure, spotless. Just his vision is like this.
भगवत कृपा व भक्त कृपा जो है एक होता है दर्शन जात कृपा होता है.
So there's mercy called darshan jata kripa.
है वो दर्शन करके कृपा दे देते.
God gives you
उनके संग दान करके
mercy
कृपा कर देते.
by his darshan,
कई प्रकार कृपा
by his associate, by his sangha,
चिंतन आदि के द्वारा,
by thinking.
एक उदाहरण दिया जाता है.
So one example is given.
जो है अपने बच्चा को कैसे
Suppose how the fish, they take care of their
अपने साथ में रखकर
offspring. They keep the small fish always with them. But the birds, they give their association, like they always stay with their offspring. You see also the chicken. Have you seen the chicken? The chicken sits on the eggs, like hatches the eggs, and then keeps the small chicks with under its wing. No, but the turtle is always thinking about its offspring. So all these examples are given how the mercy is coming.
शरणागत के ऊपर देते हैं, जो शरणागत नहीं क्या करे,
so she's asking, Gurudev also is like this with his surrendered disciples. Gurudev, yes, with the surrender, but those who haven't surrendered, what to do? But still Guru gives mercy even for those who haven't surrendered. This Vatsalya, this like so Guru has this love and affection to the disciple, like a father. Shishya Vatsalya.
क्या ठाकुर जी के चढ़ा दिया कि नहीं, ठाकुर जी के चढ़ा दो.
Offer this to the deity, Gurudev is saying.
Okay, इधर आ जाओ, मैं पहले कि नहीं.
Have I worn or not? Now you wear the garland. Now you wear. Oh, very nice. Show to your mother. Where is your mother? Now you again. Again. Okay. Nice or not? Radhakanta Didi has a question.
How Mala Jap can be service to Gurudev and Krishna? How should sadhak understand that chanting seva?
जब हृदय में भाव उत्पन्न होगा.
What did she ask? I couldn't even understand. He spoke in English. I couldn't understand. How can the sadhaka know that his chanting is a service? And Guru said that's when you come to the bhav stage and when you see that you have no offense, we're not thinking about any offense, nothing bad you're thinking, then you can understand that you're chanting nicely.
संसार से निवृत्ति होती जाएगी और भजन में आसक्ति होती जाएगी. ये एक मापदंड है. मतलब आपको
भक्ति परेशान विरक्ति अन्यत्र चैतरी एक काल. भक्ति में सेवा वृत्ति आएगा.
Bhakti means the tendency to serve will come.
भगवान में अनुभूति होएगा.
You'll have the realization of Lord,
अनासक्त
and you'll be detached from material things. You know, detached.
अनासक्त निवृत्ति क्या है? सब छोड़कर भाग जाना क्या?
What is detached? Give up everything and go to Vrindavan and stay there like a monkey.
संसार में
No.
रहते हुए
Even though you're staying in the family or material life, you're not attached to anything. You just do everything as like a duty.
and responsibility.
Duty and responsibilities.
हैं? आप नगरी करते हैं.
So you work. For example, you have a job.
हैं? वो किस लिए आप काम करते हैं?
Why do you work?
आपकी ड्यूटी है.
Because it's your duty or responsibility.
हैं? इसलिए आप वो
That's why you're doing that job.
आसक्ति नहीं है. वो तो
But you don't have attachments.
बाप को छूट जाएगा. छोड़ जाएगा.
Maybe you just quit your job or something.
जाएगा नहीं है.
Or they will fire you or anything. But when you're working, you have that duty feeling up towards it. So in the same way, it's not necessary to give up the family life or the material things. Like stay in the family but detached.
अनासक्त के संसार में करे.
Stay in the family or family life or material life but detached.
क्या परिस्थिति करे?
कोई भगवत भक्ति करना चाहेगा तो ये होगा.
क्या होगा?
Oh, if I do Bhagavad Bhajana, I'll be detached.
हमें कर्तव्य के अनुसार नहीं कर रहा.
So I'm telling Gurudev saying, I'm telling you, detach means to do in a duty, like feeling it is like a duty.
कर्तव्य जहाँ पर है बोझ रहता है.
When you say it's a duty, it's like a burden.
हम जब कोई दायित्व लेते हैं.
So if you take some responsibility is like a burden, you know.
बोझ तक है वो responsibility हम इंग्लिश में कहते हैं.
So actually, burden even we translate in English as a responsibility. Suppose I gave birth to this kid, so to take care of this kid, this is my duty because I gave birth to him. I cannot throw him away.
करना पड़ेगा.
So you must serve the baby. According to the happiness or distress that'll come, it's your duty. The gopis, they haven't given up their home and everything and anything. They're still in the family, but they're completely absorbed in Bhagavan. This is how to balance. This is called the art of life.
जीवन की एक कला है.
This is the art of living, and how art of living, art of life and art of living.
जीवन की एक कला है.
So this is the art of life, our art of life.
ये संसार में रह करके हम कैसे भजन करें?
How to stay in this material world and do bhajan.
इसलिए तो वित्रासुर कह रहे हैं.
So Dhritarashtra is saying,
ममत्वम श्लोको जनेषु सखं संसार चक्र भ्रमत सकर्म तन्मायाद असक्त चित्तस्य ननात भुआत्. वित्रासुर कह रहे हैं, ये प्रभु मेरे
Dhritarashtra is saying, hey Prabhu, according to my karma, previous karma,
मैं संसार में रहूं.
I'll stay in this material world with my husband, so my wife, children, etc. But just give me mercy that I will not be attached to any of them. I just want to be friends with your devotees. It's my only prayer. But Prabhu, I have to stay in this material world. So Gurudev used to tell one story. Suppose you left your family and then you're living under a tree. You're renounced. Oh, you don't even build a hut for you. But the leaves of the tree will fall on you or not? And these leaves fell. Will you not broom the floor, sweep the floor? So you'll... So even if you live under a tree, you must also sweep. You must also sweep the floor. Otherwise, will you sleep only on the stones and then the stones will be with some water because of the rain, and then some worms will be there, and these worms will bite you? These insects means even if you live under a tree, you also must sweep the floor. You must sweep the floor. So to me, to be renounced doesn't mean to give up everything. So if you live in the house, also you must sweep the floor, and if you live under a tree, also you must sweep the floor. Those who say, oh, I am so renounced, I don't have a house, I don't have even a hut, I don't have anything. Oh, but even if you stay under a tree, you must sweep that stones. I mean the floor, you must sweep it.
इसलिए युक्त वैराग्य हो गया।
This you should only do
एक
Yukta
युक्त वैराग्य
Vairagya,
संसार में जो तू
proper
जो कर
renunciation. Even though you stay in your material life or family, you have
भगवत
to do
सेवा
that.
भगवत नाम आदि युक्त वैराग्य युक्त वैराग्य है, ये कहते हैं। और यदि हमारे गोस्वामी के ऐसे उत्तम उत्तम भागवत एक एक पेड़ के नीचे रहते थे झाड़ू लगाने की क्या,
But the Goswamis, they used to say each
रात
night under
वहां
a
पर
different tree,
शाम
so
हो
they
गई
were
वहां
not
पर
sweeping the
बैठ
floor.
गए,
Like
प्रातः काल उठे तब फिर
like when it was like sunset time, they used to stay under a tree, and then in the morning time go away.
उनके पास है ही
So
नहीं
this
है
is another
झाड़ू करने
thing.
के समय नहीं है
They don't even have time to sweep or anything.
एक एक वृक्ष के तले एक एक रात्रि यापन पूर्व सनातन वृंदावन है, एक एक पेड़ के नीचे एक एक रात्रि में चलना शुरू कर देते।
So they were staying each night under a different tree.
तो उसी प्रकार होता है
Like this.
संसार में रहना है, संसार धर्म पालन करने के लिए दिखाते जा रहे हैं।
So if you stay in the material life, material family, you have to follow your duties. We have to keep everyone, like to sustain everyone. If the saints come to your house, you must cook for them. Has she cooked or not? Tell me. You tell me.
ऐसे थोड़ी होता है। ममत्वम इसलिए कहते हैं ममत्वम श्लोक संसार ममत्वम श्लोक संसार चक्र भ्रमति सकल तन्माया तो आज और आसक्त चित्त संगना। तो इस वित्रासुर भी प्रार्थना करते सुंदर सुंदर प्रार्थना करते जा रहे हैं।
So Vritrasura prayed beautiful prayers.
तो इससे शिक्षा है।
So many teachings are there.
भक्त जो करते हैं नाम करते जा रहे, ठीक है नाम करो।
The devotee chants holy names. Okay, chant holy names. You must eat or not? You have to eat or not? Tell me.
भोजन करने के लिए तुम्हें बनाना पड़ेगा।
So you have to cook? Of course.
हाँ समझे। तुम भगवान से सेवा लेना चाहते हो कि सेवा करना चाहते हो?
Do you want to be served by Lord or do you want to serve the Lord?
सेवा लेना चाहते हो तो भगवान कहते ठीक है मैं तुम्हारे लिए।
If you want to be served by Lord, God will say, okay, I'll cook for you.
उचित नहीं।
But this is not proper.
भगवान से सेवा करना।
You have to serve the Lord.
सेवा लेना नहीं।
Not to take service from Him.
ये लीला आदि दिखाते रहते।
So we see this in this lila.
Raghunath Das Goswami,
Raghunath Das Goswami, he was so renounced, and he was doing the bhajan in the banks of on the banks of Radha Kund. Under the scorches rays of the sun in the month of Jeth.
जेठ महीने में राधा कुंड के तट पर बैठ करके
he was sitting on the banks of Radha Kunda, thinking about Srimati Radhika and
Sanatana Goswami
Sanatana Goswami saw that Srimati Radhika herself came and with her like veil, like her cloth, she was making some shadow for Raghunath Das Goswami.
Sanatana Goswami Raghunath.
After some time, Sanatana Goswami told, hey Raghunath, tell me, do you want to serve Srimati Radhika or do you want to be served by her? What do you want? Oh, I want to serve. Oh, but I saw that Srimati Radhika came here and she served you. So the scorches rays of the sun, she came to protect you. Okay, I'll make a hut. Make a hut. So this is teaching the jivas of this world. So Sanatana Goswami made a beautiful hut for Raghunath Das Goswami. For performing the bhajan, you have to perform bhajan. So you should not be served by Lord, you should serve Him. So he mentioned another story. Loma Sarishi. And this is the renunciation to show to the people. So each pore, I don't know the story, sorry, so I don't know, I'll not be able to translate properly. So Gurudev is mentioning a story. The devotee mentioned a story about Loma Rishi. Lomasya Rishi. So we have to stay just a little time in this world. So what is the need of building a hut? So this was a different thing. It's to show renunciation. So each pore of my body, of my skin, it will open and it will be an universe, and I will live in this world for all the time that is this, all my pores.
ये तो वैरागी के लोग के लिए कहा जाता है।
I didn't understand exactly what Gurudev said about these pores and universe, and
ये शिक्षा दी देती
I'll try to come back one more time. But something about this story of Loma Harshan.
ब्रह्मांड बोले मेरा तो इतने इतने आयु तो रहना है, तथा भी करे बना करके क्या होगा। ये तो वैरागी के लोग के लिए कहा जाता है। एक एक साधु एक एक
I think Gurudev mentioned the story about why this rishi has this name, Loma Harshan. Something about, or I don't know if this is the story or not, but something about the pores and, oh, I couldn't understand. Sorry.
ये शिक्षा दी देती जाए।
Okay, but this sadhu, main thing, the essence is that the sadhu, he told not to build the huts. And Gurudev is saying because, you know, different teaching in different things. He's teaching renunciation and
जो लोमश्य ऋषि थे उन्होंने शिक्षा दिया रहना है थोड़े समय के लिए कुछ कुटिया बना के कुछ समय
वैराग्य अधिक दिखा रहे हैं। एक तरफ वो दूसरी बात है करें ये हमारे शरीर के एक एक लोम जो है खो जाए एक एक ब्रह्मांड बोले मेरा तो इतने इतने आयु तो रहना है, तथा भी कर रहे हैं बना करके क्या होगा। ये तो वैरागी के लोग के लिए कहा जाता है। एक एक साधु एक एक ये शिक्षा दी देती जा रही है।
So different sadhus give different teachings. Another question.
ऐसे लगता है कि मनुष्य कोई गलती नहीं कर रहा है, पुण्य भी कर रहा है, सब कर रहा है, लेकिन फिर भी उसको बीमारियां लग रही हैं।
Gurudev, it looks like some people, they don't do anything wrong, but still they become sick. Why?
तत्तेनुकंपां सुसमिच्छमानं वञ्जाने वात्मक कृत विपाकं यद्वाग भोगवे विधन्न है मुक्ति पदे सदाय भाग।
Then Gurudev said, yeah, Tatenukampam.
भागवत में तो कहा गया,
Bhagavatam
भगवान
explains,
की अनुकंपा समझो।
you should see everything as the mercy of Lord.
भगवान दुख दे करके हमें ऐसे जो उनके प्रति
Sometimes Bhagavan gives us some suffering to make us more eager.
उत्कंठा वर्जित करते हैं। इसलिए कहते हैं ना सुख बोले दुख में कोई सुख में कोई भजन ना करे कोई।
So nobody worships Lord in the happiness moments, only when they are suffering.
दुख काय
And those who remember to Lord when they're happy, actually they'll never be unhappy. There'll be nothing unhappy for them.
कुछ इसलिए भगवान कभी की दुख दे करके
So sometimes God gives us some suffering
उत्कंठा में बढ़ाते
just to increase our eagerness.
यही उत्कंठा ही तो भक्ति के एक लक्षण दिखाती है।
So this utkanta, this eagerness is the symptom of bhakti.
चार तरह के नामाभास बताए थे, उसमें आपने बोला कि कृष्ण का नाम कैसे भी लिया जाए, संकेत वश, परिहास वश, खेला या शोभा, कैसे भी लिया जाए।
So there's 4 kinds of namabhas.
तो मतलब ऐसे विचार है कृष्ण का नाम लेने से इतना वो है, तो राधा रानी का कोई ऐसा नाम लेता है तो उनका क्या गति होगी?
राधा रानी के पास ही ले लेते उसे कहते हैं जंग जंग क्या बोले वो ललिता अष्टक में जो है।
So in the Lalita Ashtakam explains, if you
भावना कर लेते
have this mood of being the married servant of Srimati Radhika, Lalita Devi will take you.
राधा जी का ललिता अष्टक में है ना वो संग राधा ललिता उसको आत्मसात कर राधा जी की सेवा में लगा।
Lalita will take you and give you to the service of Srimati Radhika.
नहीं वो श्लोक तो दुष्ट दृष्टि भजन तरन तरुण सुष्ट माँ दक्षिण उसके नहीं ललिता अष्टक उसके बाद जो जंकल
Another verse from the Lalita Ashtakam.
विश्वभानुजाया उससे श्लोक में देखो ललिता अष्टक में राम राम कृष्ण राम
एक प्रश्न नंदिनी दीदी करती हैं, कहती हैं
Another question?
करना अपना प्रयास से संभव नहीं हो तो क्या यह हेतु की कृपा से संभव है?
अरे ये पानी के नीचे रखो, गिरा देंगे।
बैलेंस करना क्या बैलेंस मतलब
भजन को जो है उसको बैलेंस करना है।
If you do bhajan, you have to balance.
प्रार्थना करो, भगवान
You can pray, God will arrange.
समय लगता है तो कोई बात नहीं।
It might take time, but no problem.
गुरुदेव कृपा सिद्ध भी और साधन सिद्ध भी।
Okay, so bhakti is from your mercy and also from our sadhana. Gurudev is saying actually bhakti is only kripa siddha, coming by mercy, but by our sadhana we pray and we create the favorable environment to get this mercy. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Pada explains that actually bhakti is not something which comes from sadhana, it's from mercy. By sadhana we create only the favorable environment for it. So these two fingers is our sadhana and the mercy of Lord. So Majashodashi, two fingers less for binding Krishna. No, to be so our endeavors in Krishna's mercy. By sadhana we get the favorable environment to receive the mercy. Without mercy we cannot even do sadhana. Without the mercy of Gurudeva, how can we do the sadhana? Yeah, Gurudev is giving mercy. But you're not feeling this mercy. You're doing the sadhana. So you have come from so far. This is the mercy of Srimati Radhika. Without the mercy of Srimati Radhika, who would come to this path? So you've come to the path of bhakti. Those who came, whoever came from by the mercy of Srimati Radhika. Mercy is coming. And according to your recipient, you'll receive that. You can accept. Like it's raining, it's also raining on the top of mountains. But there's no any recipient or something to retain the water, to hold the water.
आप कह रहे हो कि जब कृष्ण हमको देखें तब जीव का उद्धार हो जाता है, तो कोई ऐसा समय है जब कृष्ण या गुरु हमको नहीं देख रहे, तो हर समय हमको देख रहे हैं? अभी जैसे आपने बोला जब हम मंदिर जाते हैं या हम वैष्णव गुरु दर्शन करते हैं.
So we go to the temple, we have the darshan of Guru Vaishnavas. But now we said that Guru and Vaishnavas, they actually see us. Bhagavan sees us. Is there any moment that Guru is not seeing us and Bhagavan is not seeing us? Gurudev explains, Bhagavan always sees everything. But depends on how much surrendered you are. He's always seeing. And Gurudev says, yes, he says in the Gita, he's Ananta, he has unlimited eyes, legs, heads. Like even though we don't say what is happening in our house, Guru knows everything and you're always seeing our house, and maybe we say or not, but you always know everything, what is going on in our family and house. All the jivas there, according to their karma, they are living according to their karma.
जीवन में देखो कोई अच्छी कर्म हो तो हृदय में बहुत प्रेरणा आता है, बुरी कर्म हो तो बाधा देते हैं, बाधा देते हैं.
If you do much good karma, good activities, you feel so much inspiration in your heart. If you do bad karma, you feel so many obstacles.
आप कोई मानते नहीं है तो चले जाते हैं. कर्म हो तो बाधा देते हैं, वही प्रेरणा बाधा देते हैं. किंतु आप कोई मानते नहीं है तो चले जाते हैं.
I think Gurudev is talking about, I don't know exactly, but he said, but if you don't listen to it, then it will go away. I think he's talking about the inspiration in the heart, maybe. Again.
हैं? जान करके गया, जीव अपने अपने सब करते जा रहे हैं। जीवन में देखो कोई
You can
अच्छे
see in your
कर्म है
life.
तो हृदय में बहुत प्रेरणा आता है, बुरे कर्म है तो बाधा देते हैं, वही प्रेरणा बाधा देते हैं।
Yeah, I think Gurudev is saying you can see in your life, like we are doing according to the karma. But if you are you want to do some good thing, you feel some inspiration in your heart. And if you do a bad thing, like actually an obstacle will come from your heart.
किंतु आप कोई मानते नहीं,
But you're not believing this. You're not believing like this inspiration or obstacle from the heart, and then this goes away.
जीव जो है अपने अपने जा रहे।
तो आपने तो बताया था, एग्जांपल दिया था कि एक लकड़ी का गुच्छा होता है, उसको हम पानी में डालते हैं तो समय के अनुसार वो अलग हो जाते हैं, समय से
वो
फिर
तो
वो मिल जाता
घास के उदाहरण देता है। एक जो है मुट्ठी घास जो है, आप
So if you take a clay pot,
एक स्थिति रहते हैं, फिर कुछ समय के चलने के बाद वो जो अपने अपने स्प्रेड हो जाता है, कोई पूर्व जाता है, कोई पश्चिम जाता है, कोई उत्तर चले जाते हैं। उसमें दो चार घास जो है कभी एक साथ में मिल जाते हैं, बाकी सब कहाँ कहाँ चले जाते हैं।
if you throw a bundle of grass, sorry, if you throw a bundle of grass in the river, stream of the river, for some time these pieces of grass will continue to flow together, and after some time each grass will go in a different direction.
फिर समय से फिर कभी मिलते हैं।
उसी प्रकार जीव भगवान
In
की
the
इच्छा
same
से
way, the
एकत्रित
jiva,
होते
by the
हैं,
desire of Lord, sometimes they are together,
बिखर जाते हैं।
sometimes they go to a different place.
आपका यहाँ पे आना भी पहले से तय था।
हमारे आना देखिए, हमारी दाना कहाँ पर है, जहाँ पर दाना जहाँ पर है रानी बहन, जहाँ पर जहाँ दाना है वहीं पर आना है। उसी प्रकार जीव भगवान की इच्छा से एकत्रित होते हैं।
Because the devotee who is asking the question, he's very happy because the Gurudev is in his house.
आपका यहाँ पे आना भी पहले से तय था।
So Gurudeva, you come here now was already like decided before, like this. I mean, he's happy.
हमारे आना देखिए, हमारी दाना कहाँ पर है।
Gurudev is saying, I go whatever is the dana. Dana means rice or food. I don't know if exactly this is the meaning Gurudev wants to say, but like some joke. Gurudev is saying, I go where the food, where is the food? Where is the rice?
रानी बहन,
Otherwise, I'll not stay there.
पर जहाँ दाना है वहीं पर आना है।
Where is the rice? Then I go there. Or where is
वो ठीक वहीं पर उसके मिलेगा।
grains? But I think it's a joke.
हम जानते नहीं कहते ये, किंतु जहाँ पर जिसको दाना है ठीक वहीं पर। आज के आपके घर में दाना है कि नहीं है?
So is there rice today in your house or not? Lord knows.
भगवान जानते हैं।
God knows.
हाँ समझे, ये सत्य है।
This is true.
हाँ समझे।
दीदी पूछते हैं, मुस्लिम लड़के से हिंदू लड़की शादी कर सकती
हाँ?
गुरुदेव जी, इन हिंदी कल्चर should we marry with Muslim boy?
Gurudeva, in Hindu culture, should we marry with a Muslim boy?
विचार और विचारधारा अलग है ना।
Their conception is different. Otherwise, you'll not meet you'll not have the same opinions.
जैसे पालन पोषण अलग अलग है तो
नहीं, उनकी संस्कार,
their culture is different from our Hindu culture.
शादी क्या है?
What is the marriage?
विषय को मान लेना, विचार को मान लेना,
have to have the same opinions or come to an agreement of many things. This is a marriage. The word Vivaha means wedding, marriage. You have the same opinion about something. Even in the Vivaha mantra, in the wedding ceremony, we speak this. You don't remember, but there are 108 mantras that time. 108 mantras. I chanted in front of you, but I don't tell the meaning of all of them. So what are all these mantras? What are of them? Like to accept the opinion of each other. Your heart, like our mind is one. Go under, sit down. go down from the couch.
तुम्हारे विचार हमारे विचार में
So
एक
your
हो
opinion is my opinion. We have same
एक
opinion,
विचार में रहना
like
क्या
same
सुविधा
minds,
हो
same consent, like we're consenting. So this is a wedding,
पशु पक्षी तो
marriage.
बच्चा पैदा करते ही नहीं करता है शादी कहाँ करता है वो
The kid, the animals, they also
मनुष्य
have
में
children,
विवाह
offspring.
करके प्रथा इसलिए दी
So, but they don't get
विचार में
married. So human beings, they married because this
अच्छे
means
विचार में
being
गलत नहीं
agreeing in the same
है
opinion,
शुद्ध
good
विचार
opinions,
में
shuddha
प्रतिष्ठित
vichare,
हो जाए
good like
वो पति
thinkings,
हो
and
पत्नी हो जिसकी विचार शुद्ध होगा
so whether it be husband or wife,
भगवत भक्ति तो विचार में प्रतिष्ठित होना
they have to be established in the bhakti vichar, means in the conceptions, good
अब वो
ideas, I
कटहल
mean,
का ये
good
क्या
opinions
बीज
about
को आप क्यों
bhakti.
फेंक रहे हो
Like,
नहीं
why do you
वो
sow the
बीज
seeds?
हाँ बीज जो है उसमें नहीं बीज में जो है वो क्या होता है उसमें ये रहता है
In the seed,
आयरन रहता है ज्यादा
there is iron.
पिछली बार आपके लिए फर्स्ट टाइम बनाए थे
फर्स्ट टाइम लास्ट टाइम की नहीं बता रहा हूँ
Not talking about first time or last
इसको
time.
जो है देखो और वस्तु के
I
बीज
think
में जो है और बीज में जो है
I think she is cooking something and she's throwing the seeds, and Gurudev is saying, "Why are you throwing the seeds?" And Gurudev is saying that the iron is in the seeds. Everything, all the seeds, they have some potency.
लोग तो उसी का कहते हैं लोग उसी कहते हैं छिलका को फेंक देते हैं
People, they throw the skins and the seeds, and they only eat the asar, like something which has no essence, no nutrients. Should not throw the skin.
नहीं थोड़ा सा निकाल दो
No, you take out a little bit of the skin, yes, but not all.
अधिक रूप में जो है
Generally,
छिलका
the
बीज को जो है
skins
जहाँ तक
and
हो
the
सके
seeds, as much as possible, you should not throw
छिलके
when you cook something, you know, or eat something, because the skin
सारे उनके शरीर के
skin has all the nutrients for the body, you know, nutrients.
अब जैसे सेब ले रहे हैं सेब को लाल करने के लिए पर वैक्सीन लगा देते हैं
कोई दुष्करा वो तो आप क्या करोगे वो तो उसको तो दूसरी बात कहते हैं यार उसके अच्छी तरह से धो यूज करो करो क्या करोगे
Gurudev mentioned something like
दुष्करा वो तो आप क्या सर रहते हैं ना
अब जैसे सेब ले रहे हैं सेब को लाल करने के लिए पर वैक्सीन लगा देते हैं
कोई दुष्करा वो तो आप क्या करोगे
like some people say that in the skin of the apple there is something which might be bad.
तो दूसरी बात कहते हैं यार
Gurudev is saying this is another thing.
उसके अच्छी तरह से धो यूज करो
So you can wash it nicely and other what to do, other things what to do.
राजस्थान में ज्यादातर जो सब्जी बनती है छिलका की बेस बनती है जितना छिलका करता है सब्जी का मटर के छिलके की सब्जी छिलके की भी सब्जी बना देते हैं
नहीं छिलका में क्या होता है उसमें जो है पौष्टिक पदार्थ दुष्करा वो तो आप क्या करोगे वो तो सर रहते हैं ना
अब जैसे सेब ले रहे हैं सेब को लाल करने के लिए पर वैक्सीन लगा देते हैं
कोई दुष्करा वो तो
Because they put some wax in the skin of the apple.
उसके अच्छी तरह से धो यूज करो करो क्या
So you can wash it nicely and do other things what to do.
राजस्थान में ज्यादातर जो सब्जी बनती है छिलका की बेस बनती है जितना छिलका करता है सब्जी का मटर के छिलके की सब्जी
In Rajasthan they even do sabji with the skin of the peas.
नहीं छिलका में क्या होता है
Because in the Gurudev is saying the skins they have more nutrients and the seeds also.
नहीं तो बाकी सब तो वसार हो गया कुछ नहीं
Rest
आप तेल
is
मसाला
only
लगा दिया बड़ा अच्छा लगा
asar, means something which is actually no nutrients. You just put some masala and some oil and you eat that, but actually it's not uh, nutritious for you.
आने वाला है वो आ रहे हैं
He's eating.
on the way
He's coming on the way.
on the process
On the process.
कौन
Gurudev, I don't want to get married. Somebody told.
विवाह नहीं करना चाहता मुझे बल दीजिए
Gurudev, give me strength not to marry.
देता हूँ
Hare Krishna Ram Ram एक विचार में प्रतिष्ठित होना ही
So to be established in only one consentment agreement, this is wedding, marriage. This is a marriage.
है?
अभी तक आपने किसी का लाइव एग्जांपल देखा कि पति पत्नी एक विचार में मतलब विचार तो हमेशा सेपरेट ही होते हैं
Maybe they have different opinions.
नहीं, विचार को एक मानता है ना। इसमें जितने सती नारी के नाम पढ़ा देते हैं,
So the names of the chaste ladies,
रावण और
you see,
मंदोदरी के भी नाम है।
even the
रावण और
wife of,
मंदोदरी
even
कृष्ण
in the wedding mantras, there's the name of Ravana and Mandodari, and also like like
विचार
Ravan Mandodari also.
तो उसमें दिखा रहे क्या दिखा रहे? विचार को दिखा रहे। मंदोदरी अपने पति को नहीं छोड़ी,
Because Mandodari never gave up
अपने विचार
her
को दिखा
husband
रहे हैं।
Ravana,
पति
but
के
she was.
कार्य क्या है?
What is the duty of the wife?
गलत रास्ते में
Even if the husband is going for a
उसकी सही
wrong
रास्ते
path,
लाने के प्रयास कर।
the wife must try endeavor to bring the husband to the good path. And Mandodari, she did that.
मंदोदरी क्या उसे?
Mandodari, she did all this. She was the wife of
नहीं
Ravana.
आए थे क्या कर?
He didn't come to the good path, what to do, but she tried.
रावण है कैसे? अहंकार की मूर्त।
Who is Ravana? He's the embodiment of ahankara, ego.
जैसे उदाहरण देता हूँ, रावण रावण जब जब रावण कैलाश में आते थे,
When Ravana used to come to Kailash,
शिव जी को देख करके हंसता था।
he used to laugh when
पार्वती कहने लगे, शिव जी के कहने लगे, पति आपको देख करके क्यों हंस रहे?
No, Shiva was laughing, looking at Ravana. And then Parvati asked, why are you laughing? And then Shiva told, when he will go away, I'll tell you. Then Shiva told, he's my disciple, I know his heart. And then Shiva told to Parvati, because he's so proud. So Ravana was like, oh Gurudev, what can you teach me? I have 10 heads, you have only 5 heads. Ravana was thinking, so I'm greater than you, what can you teach me? So Parvati sometimes she used to tell to Shiva, you teach everything to your disciples, why don't you teach Ravana a lesson? Then Shiva said, if he doesn't want to learn, you cannot teach him anything because he doesn't want to listen. If somebody wants to listen, then you can teach, but if the person doesn't want, then there's no benefit in teaching something to a foolish person. So Shiva was saying. So Ravana saw Shiva as a guru, his guru, but he would not follow the instructions of Shiva. He told that he didn't even do pranam to Shiva. So Ravana was so ahankari, like so much ego. He was thinking, my head will never bow. Only when my head will be cut off, then my head will be bowed, like will come down. Otherwise, not. The head of Ravana can be cut off, never bowed down. This Ram is just a beggar. Even Brahma and Shiva, they praise me. You are just a bhikari, you are like a beggar. Ravana was so proud. Ravana was criticizing Ram. Ram, you're a beggar. Your father has exiled you from his kingdom.
कह रहे कि रावण तो बहुत श्रेष्ठ था, वो इतना बड़ा पंडित था, इतना वो था, उसको तो हमने ही बुरा बना दिया।
हमने कैसे बुरा बनाया? आपने कैसे बुरा बनाया?
वो उसके मतलब कई लोग ना बोलते आज भी ऐसे हैं जो रावण को बड़ा श्रेष्ठ मानते हैं।
Until nowadays, some people think Ravana is so high, like very great. Gurudev is saying, yes, some people they worship Ravana and even Duryodhan. They're foolish. What can we do? Like if you analyze actually in a neutral position, Ravana actually before he was a good. He had many qualities. Before he was like knowledgeable scholar, like he was good, but then he fell in bad association, then what to do? to still kidnap the wife of others is good or bad? So this shows that maybe the person has 1,000 qualities, but he has one big defect, flaw. This will neutralize or cancel all the good qualities. So Ravana had many qualities, many material qualities. I'm ready to accept that. This is true. Even in the day of Ramnavami, I also glorified to Ravan. Ravan is nothing less. Ravan, he was very powerful and everything. He defeated the Sahasrarjun, someone who with 1,000 arms. He even he like took this Sahasrarjun and made him like he arrested him, and this is a story from Vishnu Puran. Sahasra Arjun was a person with 1,000 arms, very powerful person. He was doing bad things like kidnapping women and harassing women. And once this Sahasra Arjun, he did some bad thing, and then Ravan fought him and said, why did you insult and the ladies and dishonor them like this? You should honor ladies. You see, so Ravan did a good thing. He was good before. So Sahasra Arjun fought Ravan. So Ravan defeated him and put him in the Kalkut. He bound him with hands and arms and legs. After that, Ravan was the disciple of Shiva. When Shiva got to know, Shiva told to Parashuram, yes. Sorry, I understood. I was thinking I was wrong. Yes. What happened when Ravana fought Sahasrarjun, who won was not Ravan. In the beginning, who won was Sahasrarjun. And Sahasrarjun, he put Ravan bound by arms and legs in this place, Kalkuti something. And then Shivji told to Parashuram, oh, my dear disciple Ravana, he's like how to say, he's like arrested, he's like, how to say, he was caught by this Sahasrarjun, so please save him. So Parashuram saved Ravan and brought him. So Shivaji had so much affection for Ravan, just like a father to the child. So 21 times Parashuram removed all the kshatriyas, and then he wanted to give back the bow of Shiva to him. Shiva told, I have 2 disciples in this world that you can give this bow to Janak or to Ravan. Parashuram went to Ravan, but then he saw Ravana doing a bad behavior, things like attacking saintly people, because Ravana was because of bad association, Ravana was doing bad things. If somebody attains a little bit of mystic power, then the person will do bad things, like will misuse. Ravan in the beginning, he was very good, but then he did so many hard austerities and he got so much position and power. So he was so intoxicated by all this. So slowly he started doing bad things, like trying to take these taxes from the saintly people, saying that people could only worship him and this and that. Ravan was saying the problems of the saints is that they only worship Vishnu. There's only one God, it's Ravan. Sacrifice the saints. And then Parashuram appeared. And Parashuram, when came, Ravana came and he, when seeing Parashuram, Ravana stood up from his throne and then he did pranam to Parashuram, because Ravan remembered that Parashuram had saved him before when he was imprisoned by that Sahasrarjun in the Kalakuti, I think one place.
मुक्त कराया।
He set me
तो
free
उस
before,
समय
so I owe him one.
कहने लगे
So Ravana
रावण
told to
क्या बोले
Parashuram.
परशुराम के कहने लगे परशुराम के रावण तुमको मैंने एक
Parashuram told to
उपहार देना
Ravana,
चाहता
I
हूँ।
want to give you a
बोले
gift.
दीजिए, बोले ये
Okay,
मेरे
what?
गुरु शिव जी के धनुष में दे दीजिए।
I want to give you the bow of Shiva, my guru.
बोले दीजिए, बोले नहीं
Okay,
आपको
give
मैं
me.
देना नहीं चाहता हूँ।
Oh
क्यों?
no,
तुम
I
संत
don't want
महात्मा
to give
अत्याचार
to you
किया।
anymore. Why? Because you are harassing the saints.
तुम्हें ये धनुष दे दूं, तुम संत
If
महात्मा
I give you this
तुम पर
bow,
अत्याचार करोगे।
you will
like
harass even more
तो
the
उस समय
saints.
रावण कहने लगे तो आप मुझे दो, ये किया था,
You
आप
disturb
क्या
them.
चाहते हो, हमसे कुछ मांगो।
So,
यही संत महात्मा जिसको तुम बलिदान देने के लिए इसको उद्धार कर दो, मुझे दे दो।
so what do you want then?
परशुराम उसके दे दिया। परशुराम उसको तीर धनुष नहीं दिया। और के कहते हैं ना रावण कहते हैं ये संत महात्मा के दोस्त क्या है, ये दूसरी विष्णु की पूजा करता है, भगवान की पूजा करता है। अरे भगवान तो एक है, रावण है, इसके बलिदान करो। उसके बलिदान करने के लिए जाते, इतने से हम परशुराम पहुंचे।
So they were about to kill the saints because they were worshipping Vishnu, and then Parashuram came.
परशुराम आते देखते ही रावण
Seeing Parashuram, Ravana, he stood up from his throne and welcomed
क्यों जानते परशुराम
to Parashuram because he knew Parashuram had
अर्जुन से
helped him, freeing him from the Sahasrarjun.
कहने लगे रावण क्या बोले परशुराम के कहने लगे परशुराम रावण के रावण तुमको मैंने
So Parashuram told Ravana, I want to give you a gift. Okay, give me.
ये मेरे गुरु शिव जी के धनुष में दे दीजिए।
Oh, the bow of Shiva, my guru.
बोले दीजिए, बोले
Okay,
नहीं
give
आपको
me.
मैं
No,
देना नहीं चाहता हूँ।
I don't want to give you anymore because you're disturbing the saints.
तुम्हें ये धनुष दे दूं, तुम संत
If I
महात्मा
give you this bow,
अत्याचार करोगे,
you will harass the saints.
तो उस समय रावण कहने लगे तो
Ravana told,
ये किया था, आप क्या चाहते हो, हमसे कुछ मांगो।
what do you want?
यही संत महात्मा जिसको तुम बलिदान दे,
ask something from me then. Then Parashuram told, okay, these saints that you are about to kill, give them to me.
परशुराम उसको तीर धनुष नहीं दिया।
So Parashuram did not give the bow of Shiva to Ravan.
उसको दिया किसका? जनक महाराज।
He gave instead to Janaka Maharaj this Haradanush, the bow of Shiva. Ravana before he was a good person. He was the son of Vishwash.
ब्राह्मण भी थे।
He was the son of Vish.
किंतु यही संत महात्मा जिसको तुम बलिदान देने के लिए इसको उद्धार कर दो, मुझे दे दो। परशुराम उसके दे दिया। परशुराम उसको तीर धनुष नहीं दिया, और के उसको दिया किसका? जनक महाराज जी को दिया, वही हरधनुष। रावण पहले अच्छा ही था।
Ravana, before he was good, he was the son of Vishwash,
ब्राह्मण भी थे,
like some rishi, and then he was also a Brahmana.
किंतु यही माने ज्यादा गुण प्रभुता पा जाते हैं ना।
But you know, if you have so much qualities and power, then become intoxicated by the position.
तो मुझे नहीं पता था कि इनके यहाँ पे रावण की पूजा होती है।
So he met someone, the devotee, a person was worshipping Ravana.
गुरु की अवज्ञा करना ये क्या सब शिष्य का कार्य है। मतलब दो चार बातें बोल दी, वो बुरा मान गया। भाई तुझे क्या हुआ? कह रहा हमारे यहाँ ना रावण की पूजा होती है, हम ना थोड़ा भगवान के रूप में देखते हैं। तो ऐसे कई लोग हैं जो अभी भी
ऐसे कुसंस्कार में पड़े हुए। रावण के गुण, रावण के दोष क्या है?
What is the fault of Ravana?
के दोष ये दिखाते जा रहे, दुस्संग में पड़ करके असत का जाए।
Because of bad association, he started doing bad things.
कृष्णा प्रेमवती देवी दीदी हॉलैंड से। जी आप इस बार हॉलैंड आएंगे तो कृपा करके दर्शन दीजिए।
हॉलैंड में अभी जाने के वो तो शशिकला बोल रहे हैं अभी सरकार अनुमति नहीं दे रहे।
Some devotee wrote from Holland saying that to Gurudev to go there. Gurudev saying, yeah, even Sashikala told, but now government's not allowing.
टूरिस्ट वीजा की जो है
Those who have tourist visa cannot go to Holland.
जाने के लिए अनुमोदन नहीं हो रहा, मेरी जाने की इच्छा है।
I wanted to go, but I cannot because of this.
3 साल हो गया हो।
It's been 3 years. What, 2.5 years
हॉलैंड गए नहीं,
that I haven't been to Holland.
2019 में गया था
2019 I went
दिसंबर,
in
20
December.
नहीं गए, 21 नहीं गए.
2020 I haven't gone, and 2021 also not.
1.5 साल हो गया.
It's 1.5 year, no?
क्या कर हाँ? हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे कृष्ण
जैसे छोटे छोटे बच्चे होते हैं जो जैसे राधे श्याम है, जो ये हरि बोल या जो भी भगवान का नाम लेता है, तो ये क्या नाम आभास में आता है, नाम अपराध में आता है, किस में आता है?
अपराध क्यों हो गए?
He's asking Gurudev, some small kids, like my son Radhesham, he's speaking Haribo, these holy names. This is like Nama Parada, Nama Abhas, or which kind of name? Then Gurudev is saying, why Nama Parada? Why?
आ जाता है,
It is Nama Bhasa. He's doing Sukriti.
सुकृतियां बन जाती हैं.
He's creating Sukriti.
बताया था कि नामाभास का फल तो बहुत ऊंचा है, आपकी अनर्थ में वृत्ति हो जाती है,
हो जाता है ना.
मतलब अनर्थ में वृत्ति होने के बाद आपका प्रेम प्रदान होना सुलभ हो जाता है.
नहीं, साधु संग में मिलता है.
But then Devata said to Gurudev, but you told that Namabhas is taking away all the anarthas and then the person gets prem like this. And Gurudev said, oh, this Namabhas is creating the Sukriti.
में आकर के अपराध हो जाता है, फिर वो वही हो जाता है ना.
लेकिन आपने नाम आभास में आता है, नाम अपराध में आता है, किस में आता है?
अपराध क्यों हो गए? आभास में आ जाता है, सुकृति हो जाता है,
इनमें की सुकृतियां बनती हैं,
सुकृतियां बन जाती हैं.
तो आपने तो उसमें बताया था कि नामाभास का फल तो बहुत ऊंचा है, आपकी अनर्थ में वृत्ति हो जाती है,
हो जाता है ना.
मतलब अनर्थ में वृत्ति होने के बाद आपका प्रेम प्रदान होना सुलभ हो जाता है.
नहीं,
Without anarthas, becomes easy to get prem. Then Gurudev said, no, Namabhasa gives
अपराध हो जाता है, फिर वो वही हो जाता है ना.
Sukriti, but maybe he'll do some offense and then later, and then he again comes down to a lower platform.
आपने बोला था कि भक्ति से कोई चूक नहीं होता, मतलब रुक जाती है,
रुक जाते हैं ना, वो एक आच्छादन हो जाता है. माने
Gurudev told that bhakti never is destroyed. Yeah, Gurudev said, yeah, it's only covered sometimes.
कवर हो जाता है.
अब वो कितने समय की होगा, वो डिपेंड करता है कि कितना बड़ा अपराध हुआ.
So depending of the offense, the bhakti can be more covered or less.
आपने उनको बोला कि 3 प्रमुख बातें हमेशा याद रखना जो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है नाम अपराध में, कि सताम निंदा नहीं होनी.
So Gurudev told that 3 main offenses to the holy names: Satam Ninda, criticizing the sadhu.
और दूसरा, विष्णु को और शिव आदि देवताओं को बराबर ना समझना.
Don't think Shiva is equal to Krishna and dishonor to Guru.
नाम अपराध में जो हम पढ़ते हैं कि एक नाम अपराध जो वो है, नाम के बल पे अपराध करना, ये बहुत ही भयंकर होता है, इससे बच के रहना चाहिए. तो क्या ये इस इम्पोर्टेंट में नहीं आएगा?
आता है, किंतु ये 3 पहले ये 3 आते हैं.
So the other offense, they are not so important, or what? Then Gurudev is saying all they are important, but these 3 are the main. That's why they're the third, the first ones.
गुरु अवज्ञा में आ जाते हैं सभी.
गोकुचंद तुमसे बोल रहे थे क्या कर रहा था?
अरे नाम के बल पर जो है अपराध करते हैं, वो है क्या चीज बताओ.
So if you do offense on the strength of chanting holy names, what is this actually?
हाँ, कुछ भी करूँगा तो नाम करने से सब ठीक हो जाएगा.
You can do anything that by chanting everything will be okay.
हाँ बेटा, अच्छा अपना निकालो.
नाम के बल पर जैसे कुछ लोग देखते हैं, ये मैं अपराध की, मैंने जो पाप किया,
like some people might think, oh, I committed this sinful activities,
अपराध किया,
this offense,
नाम करने पर वो सारे पाप,
but by chanting holy names all my offense will be destroyed.
कुछ लोग क्या करते हैं,
So some people,
चावल के साथ जो है बाजार में चावल बेचते
they sell the rice in the market,
चावल के दाम जब बढ़ जाता है,
but when the rice is very expensive, the rice is like more like 100 rupees.
उसमें जो है आधी किलो जो है
100 kilo rice, suppose they are selling 100 kilo rice, so they mix some how to say, pebbles, like some stones, small stones, pebble, with the rice, because the rice is very expensive, so they make like this to cheat the customers.
दिया, तो उससे जो पैसा जो मिला,
So the money they get from selling this. So some of this money they give for the saints and like some Nam Sankirtan, but the rest of it, maybe 90%, they use for their own sense gratification.
ऐसे करते हैं
Some people may do like this.
तो इससे जो है क्या होता है, उसे नाम बोले पाप बुद्धि कहा जाता है.
So this is called Nam Boli Papa Buddhi, like they commit sinful activities on the strength of holy names.
तो भक्ति के बदले नाश ही होगा इनका.
संसार की वस्तु को दे देते भगवान, और भी
God gives material things and the person becomes more and more entangled in the material world.
वो मुझे बोला था कि मेरा भी मन करता है हरिनाम करने का, लेकिन मुझे सब्जी बेचते वक्त झूठ बोलना पड़ता है, तो अब इस केस में मैं क्या करूं?
हाँ,
झूठ तो मैं बोलना बंद नहीं कर सकता, तो फिर मुझे और पाप लगेगा.
So the person who sells subject to the Prabhu told, "Oh, I wanted to chant holy names, but I thought that I have to lie in my job and everything. So if I chant holy names, I'll commit even a greater sin."
झूठ झूठ बोलता है.
He lies.
अरे बिजनेस में झूठ बोले तो वो झूठ किस लिए बोल रहा है?
Why does he lie?
कोई सब्जी 2 दिन पुरानी है, हाँ ताजी सब्जी है, या
Maybe the sabji is the vegetables, they are 2 days old, and the sabji seller, he's saying, "Oh yeah, they are fresh. They just came today."
कि इतने महंगी हमको मंडी में मिली और इतने ज्यादा रेट है, और इस चीज
He also lies about the price.
तो झूठ बोलना ही पड़ता है, उससे कि
So
पाप थोड़ी होता है.
this is not big things, not big deal, because he's lying just for his job. You know, it's just he has to do like this for selling. It's like his karma, like he has to do this.
उसके जीवन की निर्वाह करने के लिए करना पड़ता है ना.
So he must do this to sustain his life.
लोग को ठगाना नहीं चाहिए.
You should not cheat the people, like really cheat, you know, like
सब्जी में जैसे वो दे देते हैं.
suppose there is some
क्या बोले पॉइजन दे करके उसे वो खतरनाक है.
like some poison in the vegetables and the person is selling it anyway. This is dangerous.
नहीं तो उसको भी देखो, आजकल जो जितने भी बिजनेस
See,
करने वाले
nowadays everybody who does
जितने
business,
बिजनेस करने वाला है,
all everyone,
लेकिन तो ये जो झूठ है वो तो फिर अगर हम पाप और पुण्य की बात करें तो झूठ तो
नहीं, वो झूठ झूठी है कि
but if you consider pious deeds and sinful deeds, like to lie is a lie, right? Then Gurudev is saying,
तो भगवत सेवा के लिए यदि वो झूठ नहीं हो रहा है,
if you're lying for service to Krishna, then it's actually not a lie.
निमित्तं कृतं पापं धर्मं परिकल्पते, मत्तत्वं धर्म अधर्मं परिकल्पते. भगवान कहते हैं मेरे लिए
Bhagavan
जो
says,
पाप है,
if you do some sinful activity for me,
वही धर्म माना जाता है.
this is dharma, this is
अब मुझे
religion.
छोड़ करके यदि
And if you
पुण्य
give
भी
up
करें,
on me, and even if you do a pious deeds, this is a sin actually.
अर्थ आप कमा रहे, ठीक है, आप बिजनेस
So you have to
किया,
get some money, earn money, you have to do
उस
some
अर्थ
job.
यदि भगवान की सेवा में लगा.
If you use this money to the service of Lord, then okay.
युधिष्ठिर महाराज का क्या बोला, वही तो
So
उदाहरण
Yudhishthira
देते हैं.
Maharaj he gave this example
भगवान बोले
exactly.
युधिष्ठिर तुम्हारे असत्यमा
Bhagavan told
रणे होता है.
Yudhishthira told that
युधिष्ठिर बोलते हैं असत्यमा तो जीवित है,
Ashwatthama is dead. Then Yudhishthira said, but Ashwatthama is alive. How can I say this?
पुत्र असत्यमा भी जीवित है, मैं
The Dronacharya's son Ashwatthama is alive. How can I say this?
ये तो भूल झूठ बोल जाए.
This is a lie.
तो भगवान ने क्या कि
Then Bhagavan
भीम को बोले,
he told to Bhim, okay, that elephant is coming. The name of that elephant was also Ashwatthama. Kill him.
असत्यमा रणे होता, असत्यमा युद्ध में मर गए. तो उसमें युधिष्ठिर महाराज उसमें दो शब्द बोल गया.
So Bhim killed him, and then Ashwatthama told,
नरवा कुंजर,
Ashwatthama is dead.
नरवा कुंजर, मुझे पता नहीं है
Human or elephant, I don't know.
हाथी है.
He told like this.
भगवान ने
But in the exact moment, Krishna Bhagavan played blew the conch, and Ashwatthama didn't hear this part. Ashwatthama, no, sorry, Dronacharya didn't hear this part, and he was trembling, and he stopped doing anything. He stopped everything, and Dronacharya just stopped. And at that moment, Drishtadyumna came and chopped off his head. So Yudhishthira Maharaj told Ashwatthama died. Whether human or elephant, I don't know. So this is a lie. So this is an offense for Yudhishthira Maharaj.
भगवान इसलिए कह रहे हैं झूठ क्या है.
But Bhagavan says, what is a lie?
मेरे लिए यदि कोई काम सामान्य
If you do something for me,
वही धर्म है.
this is dharma, this is religion. But if you give up on me and maybe do many things like pious deeds or religious anything, this is all useless if you have given up on me. If somebody does sinful activity for me, this is dharma. Should be for God. for Bhagavan.
तुम बिजनेस करो, अच्छा
So if you're doing
ठीक है,
business or something, selling
उस
something,
पैसे को
okay,
भगवत सेवा में लगाओ।
but use this money for the service of Lord.
रोटी तुम तो खाओ, उसको समझो, तुम तो रोटी तो खाओगे भाई।
So even understand, you eat
सब्जी तो
chapatis,
बनेगी,
roti, you cook
वो ठाकुर जी
sabji.
के भोग लाया करके वहाँ।
So do
वो
in
भगवान के निमित्त हो
for
गया तुम।
offering to Lord, then this is for God, then it's
तुम जो
okay.
यहाँ पर जो झूठ बोला,
So if you
झूठ बोल
lie
के दो पैसे कमाया,
and you get
भगवान
money
की सेवा में
lying,
लगा दीजिए, तुम्हारा समस्त
offer
पाप से नष्ट हो,
use this for Bhagavan's
समस्त पाप से
service,
तो मुक्त हो।
seva, and you'll be free from all the sins.
इसी कहते हैं माता निमित्तम कृतं पापम धर्म परिकरो। भगवान कहते हैं मेरे लिए कोई
Bhagavan says,
साधारण रूप में कोई पाप हो जाए,
if you
वही
do
धर्म है।
like sins for me, this is dharma.
जैसे किसी ने हरिनाम दीक्षा ली, अब उसके कुसंस्कार भोगों की ओर प्रेरित कर रहे हैं। वो भोग नहीं करना चाहता, वो जानता है ये गलत है, लेकिन अपने कुसंस्कार की वजह से उनकी ओर प्रेरित होता है। उस साधक का
उसके संस्कार में ले आओ, संत महात्मा के संस्कार।
Devotee asked, oh, even after taking initiation, sometimes we have so many bad samskaras, and because of this, we do so many bad things, and we cannot give up all these bad things. What to do? Gurudev is saying, do some susamskara, some good impressions by sadhu sangha.
ले आओ, संत महात्मा में रहोगे तो सुसंस्कार रहेगा।
Stay with the saints, then you get the susamskara, good samskaras. The bad samskaras come from the bad association.
असत संग से
By the bad association, we get bad samskaras. So give up bad association and go for the sadhu sangha. Give up the bad association.
त्याग करो,
Give up the bad
तो अच्छे
association.
संस्कार आएगा।
Then a good samskara will come to you.
दुष्ट लोगों की संग त्याग करके अच्छे लोगों की संग करो,
And associate with good people.
साधु संग करो, तब तो आएगा संस्कार।
Then this samskara will come.
लेकिन वही ना बोलते, हृदय हमारा मन बुरे विषयों की तरफ ज्यादा जबरदस्ती खींच के लेके जाता है।
Our mind is always pulling us for bad things.
दुष्ट है जो हमको ना सिर्फ बुराई की तरफ बहुत अग्रसर करता है कि
नहीं, विचार को तो आपको ये करना पड़ेगा। घोड़े को लगाम छोड़ दो, घोड़ा तो दौड़ते रहेगा।
If you take out, like if you free the reins of the horses, they will just go and walk, running like wildly.
विचार को आप ठीक से रखो,
So you have
लगाम रखा करके रखो। लगाम समझते हो?
have to pull your mind, like you have to, like with reins, put reins on it and like these. And
प्रकृति के तो काज तो है, प्रकृति के काम है असत्य की तरफ ले जाना।
so the duty of Maya, Prakriti nature, is to, like, taking you to the bad path, but you have to think about it and have discrimination like this.
महाप्रभु के सेवक, वो भी जब महाप्रभु के साथ रहते थे तो बीच में वो किसी और के साथ चले गए थे, है ना?
कौन?
काला
कृष्ण भट्टाचार्य के दल में चले गए।
So Kala Krishna Das was captivated by some gypsies. He was with Bhagavan himself. How he was attracted by a gypsy woman.
दिखा रहेगा जीव स्वतंत्र है शिक्षा में।
This story explains how the jivas are independent.
विचार दिया गया,
Jivas are independent. You can choose what to do or not.
जीव जड़ नहीं है।
The jivas are not inert.
आप सब करो, ऐसे नहीं होता है।
I cannot tell you everything, and you'll not follow everything. Like, depends on your wish.
मार्गदर्शन करना।
Actually, the job of guru, the duty of guru, is just to show you the path.
रास्ता दिखाना।
To show you the path. To introduce you to the good path, and then you have to go on your, like, to do yourself. So in the same way,
रास्ता में आपको चलना है,
you have to
निर्देश देते हैं, जब तक निर्देश
walk the path.
तब तक सही रास्ते में पहुंचोगे।
But the guru, of course, he needs to tell you the right path, otherwise you cannot attain, the proper goal. But you have to walk that path.
तो जब हम कोई बुरा काम करने जाते हैं तो हमारे गुरुदेव मन में विचार जरूर डालते हैं पहले कि आप रुको, ये गलत
करना नहीं चाहिए।
उसको स्वीकार करना ना करना वो हमारे ऊपर डिपेंड करता है।
बुरी विचार आ जाए उसको टालते रहो।
So if something bad comes in your mind,
विचार आ जाए उसे करते रहो। वही तो रावण का लक्ष्मण को।
You should take it out from your mind and stay with the good things, like good thoughts, good conceptions, good ideas. Ravana told to Lakshman, Listen.
एक होता है कहीं बुरी विचार आ रहे उसको टालो, जैसे कहते हैं एक व्यक्ति के मुझे दंड देना है,
Like
मृत्यु दंड
suppose
देना
somebody wants to give me
हो
the
सकता
death
है वो
penalty.
अपने मर जाए, तो तुम उसको दंड दे करके जो तुम्हारा अपराध होगा
So the person maybe will
उससे तुम
do
बच जाओगे।
die by himself. So
बुरी
why
विचार
will you
होता
kill him?
है जहाँ बोले हैं उसमें थोड़ा धैर्य धारण करके रखो, हो सकता है वो मर जाए है, और जहाँ पर अच्छा वस्तु दिखाई पड़ रहा है वो जल्दी ही उस विचार को कर दो।
Okay, I understand. Now Gurudev is saying like this.
तो रावण जीवन के उदाहरण दे रहे
We
हैं।
see this in the life of
ये
Ravan.
मैंने सोचा था स्वर्ग के लिए सीढ़ी बांधू, है कम से कम लोग एक स्वर्ग की सीढ़ी पर चढ़ करके सीढ़ी पर चढ़ स्वर्ग तक पहुंच जाएंगे कभी न कभी। मैं उसके लिए व्यवस्था किया, और इतने समय मेरा बहन सुपर्णखा ने आकर के क्या किया, मेरे बुद्धि को जो विचार को जो बिल्कुल बदल दिया। कहाँ परहित के लिए मैं स्वर्ग के सीढ़ी बन रहा था, और मेरे बहन ने क्या सुपर्णखा किया कि परस्त्री हरण के लिए मुझे निर्देश नहीं माना, तब तक दिखा रहेगा जीव स्वतंत्र है शिक्षा में।
Okay, Gurudev was saying
स्वतंत्र
that
शिक्षा में
if a
विचार
good
किया
thing comes in your mind, then you do it quickly. But if a bad thing comes,
तुम
then you
विचार
wait.
क्या करना नहीं करना।
Like if something is not so
जीव
good to be done,
जर्नी
you have to
सब
wait.
आपको बता दूं आप सब करो, ऐसे नहीं होता है। गुरु के कर्तव्य उसके मार्गदर्शन करना, एक क्या बोलते हैं उनको,
So the duty of Guru is just to show you the path,
इंट्रोडक्शन देना, इसके बाद
to give you
आपको करना
introduction, and then you have to go on your own,
है।
to do it on your own,
ठीक उसी
do
प्रकार
it on your own.
है,
So in the same way,
रास्ता में आपको चलना है, गुरु
you
आपको
have
निर्देश
to,
देते हैं, जब
the
तक
Guru will
निर्देश
give you
नहीं मानोगे
instruction, but if you don't follow the instruction, then
सही रास्ते में पहुंचोगे।
you cannot get the proper, like the good path and the proper direction.
तो जब हम कोई बुरा काम करने जाते हैं तो हमारे गुरुदेव मन में विचार जरूर डालते हैं पहले कि आप रुको, ये गलत
करना नहीं चाहिए।
उसको स्वीकार करना ना करना वो हमारे ऊपर डिपेंड करता है।
He told, if we do bad thing, actually before Gurudev already inspired us not to do that, but we are not accepting his instruction, that's why we are doing, like we're not listening to him. Then Gurudev is saying, you should not do.
बुरी विचार आ जाए उसको
If some,
सद्विचार आ जाए उसे करते रहो, वही तो रावण।
if you do some bad thing, like if something, like some bad idea or something like this come in your mind, something to, like some bad vichar, then you like postpone and like this. But if it's a good thing, you do quickly continue doing. That's what Ravana told to Lakshman.
दोनों विचार सुन,
Listen to two
एक होता है
conceptions,
कहीं
two
बुरी विचार
ideas.
आ रहे उसको टालो, जैसे कहते हैं एक व्यक्ति के मुझे दंड देना है,
Suppose you have to give a death penalty to
मृत्यु
someone.
दंड देना, हो
So
सकता है वो अपने आप मर जाए,
instead of killing the person immediately, you wait, because maybe soon the person will die on his own, like
तो
by
तुम उसको
another reason.
दंड दे करके जो
So
तुम्हारा अपराध होगा
so
उससे तुम बच जाओगे।
if you kill the person, this is death penalty. This will be your offense because killing someone. But if the person die on his own, then you'll be free from this offense. You'll be saved.
बुरी विचार होता है,
So if something buri vichar, like some bad vichar, I don't know proper translation for vichar here. Maybe conception, idea, judgment, or decision, some bad decision, or some decision which was not good. Then you
जहाँ बोले हैं उसमें थोड़ा धैर्य धारण करके
you
रखो,
keep patient,
हो
keep
सकता है
patience
वो मर
before
जाए,
doing it, because the person can maybe die before in the
और
example,
जहाँ
that
पर अच्छा
example.
वस्तु दिखाई
But
पड़
if it's
रहा है
something's good to
तो
be
जल्दी
done,
ही उस विचार
then you
को
do
कर
it quickly, execute this decision
यही
quickly.
दिखा। तो रावण जीवन के उदाहरण दे रहे
So the example of the Ravan's
हैं। ये
life.
मैंने सोचा था स्वर्ग के लिए सीढ़ी बांधू,
So Ravana wanted to build a ladder to Swargaloka, so that people could go climbing on a ladder to Swargaloka,
मैं उसके लिए व्यवस्था की,
So Ravana arranged that.
और इतने समय मेरा बहन सुपर्णखा ने
But
आकर के क्या किया,
in the
मेरे बुद्धि को जो
middle,
विचार को जो है
Surpanaka
बदल
came
दिया।
and changed
कहाँ
my
परहित
mind.
के लिए
And you
मैं
see, I was building
स्वर्ग के सीढ़ी बन रहा,
a ladder to help
और
the
मेरे
people
बहन
to
ने
go to
कि
Swarga.
सुपर्णखा
But
किया
my
कि
sister
परस्त्री
Surpanaka
हरण के लिए मुझे
came and inspired me, encouraged me to steal, to kidnap the wife of others, and because of that, now I'm dying. I'll be dead.
मुझे आप सब लेते हैं
है वो था ना, वो चांदी जी के कुछ भक्त को लेना था वो।
जय श्री गुरुदेव की जय।